Replicon Radio. Replicon Radio. Talking shit with the juggalos on Replicon Radio. Give it a listen. Don't be a bitch. Replicon Radio. Yeah. This is Replicon Radio.
Yeah. What up, y'all? It's another Monday. Here we are again.
Yo.
Survived the coronas
We're
once
here.
again.
We are. We did. We made it. Hopefully everybody out there is still out there. What is that? What happened?
That's a motherfucking Pantera.
It was, wasn't it? That's
motherfucking
crazy.
ch-ch-ch.
Hopefully that doesn't get us blocked from YouTube real quick. Jeez.
I might have gotten us blocked more than that would have.
But yeah, man. What's up, man? Welcome.
Oh, you fucked my headphones up.
Did I? I might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah, you're doing so good until you jack that wire.
You just put your headphones on 2 seconds. Are they on?
No, they're still fucked. Right, you're good.
All right. What up, y'all? We are live on RepliconRadio.com as always.
Live.
And we are on YouTube. What up, everybody over in YouTube land? I saw a bunch of people were sitting around waiting. Just so everybody knows, we don't play music on YouTube, which is why the YouTube stream is a little bit of a late start. But other than that, it's fun, and we appreciate everybody over there. And if you don't subscribe, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We got your buddy Flip Flops over there in the YouTube chat.
Oh, yeah. What up, Mr. Flip Flops?
Do your little, you haven't done your flip flop.
Flip Flop the clown.
There it is.
Yeah.
Flip flop the clown.
Flip Flop the crown?
Flip flop the crown. He's still out there doing it, man. I bet you're missing out on the feet right now. Everybody's got
fucking killing it. You got Coronas on the feet.
Do they make feet sanitizer? You just use the same thing.
Yeah, I would think so.
I guess that's okay to put in your mouth. I mean, the shit I've seen him put in his mouth. I guess hand sanitizer is an improvement.
It's probably the cleanest thing that would probably go in his mouth.
Oh boy! Well, welcome everybody over here on RepliconRadio.com. Heather, Keegan, what up, Keegan?
Heather,
Seamus,
Keegan. Jason,
Dana,
Shamus.
all you guys. What up, Grape Joe?
One eye. Oh,
he's out there. What up? What's good? Look, Keegan's in both chat rooms, killing it. Shout out. That's what's up, man.
Flippy Flop. What up,
is
homie?
it today? It's Monday, March 30th, man. One more day left of March, and we're into April, bro.
Jesus, fuck, where's this year going?
Ronaville, I think.
Like January flew by, and then February's like, we'll spend 40 fucking days here for a little while, and then bam, March, see you later, motherfucker. You got Corona, we're getting the fuck out of here.
It's wild, man. It's wild. What up, 216? What up, Steel City? What up? Oh, God, we got somebody calling us.
Jesus. I wonder who that could be.
Oh, boy. We were going to call you.
Is that Nasal Ned?
Yeah, Nasal Ned here. Hello, you're live on Replicon Radio.
Nasal Ned.
Oh, my God, I got through.
Hi, Nasal Ned. How you doing today?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Sounds so gay.
Hello.
I heard you fellas went live, and I wanted to join in.
Hey.
Hey.
We got
You got Corona? Is that why you're not here tonight?
Yep, we Dead Body Man has the virus, and he's afraid to leave his house, so we're going to be selling Rest in Peace Dead Body Man t-shirts because he's no longer with us, but he is on the phone, so
Yeah, I am on the phone.
we're sorry you're afraid.
Hey, it's about being smart. Why risk it? I already have to go out in this shit every day of the week anyway. It's Monday through Monday to Friday.
I mean, exactly. They're going to tell you to go outside and go to fucking work. You might as well go ahead and have a little bit of fun while you're at it.
Well, I could. But I'm not seeing anybody else outside of work either, and I'm not really contacting anybody while I'm at work, so I come in close contact with you guys.
Do you?
Close enough.
Better stay away
We don't
from
sit
me.
6 feet apart.
I mean, it's pretty fucking close, though.
Pretty close. What up, Tanya, in the chat?
Pretty
For
close.
everybody that doesn't know, it's Dead Body Man on the phone. As far as we know, he doesn't actually have coronavirus. He's just afraid of it, so he's not here. Right?
I do not have coronavirus, but I am trying to limit my, my interaction with other people. There's no reason I should go above and beyond to extra risk it when I could just call in.
He is essential for everything
I
except
am
for Replicon Radio.
This is the last day we're
I am an
taking calls.
essential employee.
You're only essential now because your company wants you to be, but once the government shuts you down, you ain't going to be so essential in our way.
It's crazy.
Exactly. And last thing I want to do is potentially come across somebody that has it, bring it to Rue's house, and then get Rue infected, where he gets his wife infected, where, it kills an entire nursing home. I don't want to do that.
What did he say? Get my life infected.
He said your wife, man.
I ain't got one of them.
Malenko. Crazy Malenko.
Fuck it. That's what they said that now that dogs can get it now. Dogs can get it and give it to fucking people.
I thought they said they couldn't. I don't know.
That's what they said at the beginning. Now they're changing their fucking minds. See, these motherfuckers don't know nothing about what's going on, man.
Exactly. That's why I'm just staying my ass here, because I don't know nothing about nothing.
Tony is out
'Cause
there
they don't know shit
traveling the
about it.
country,
That's why my ass is
shaking
still doing
hands
the
and
fucking
giving
same
everybody
thing.
oil and shit. He's spreading it all over.
That's
his
the only thing I'm not
big
doing.
metal truck.
I'm not shaking hands with people. It's the only thing I'm not doing any different.
I'm not even talking to anybody.
Damn.
Fuck that.
Well, you're fucking talking to us right now. Hang the fucking phone up.
Who's Butters?
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
whoa, I'm talking about in person.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Y'all seem like you want me to come infect y'all.
I don't want you to infect us. I don't like talking
Well, I
on
don't.
the phone.
I know.
Got your voice all loud in my fucking ears and shit. It's miserable.
Right.
Well, if I can turn my volume down, I would.
I mean, at least we can turn them down.
Oh my god, would you drop your phone? Jesus Christ.
He dropped himself.
He just put us in his
No.
pocket? What the fuck is going on?
I was trying to move my little microphone away from my mouth, but apparently it makes things worse. I'll just go with the loud volume.
Yeah, well, your mouth makes things worse. Welcome
Yeah,
to Replicon
well, I've heard
Radio.
that. Hello.
Tonight on the show, man, we got a very special guest, LABRYNTHINE.
I was going to ask you how the fuck you pronounce that.
Well, I said it wrong like a million times.
And he corrected you 1,000?
Well, he just told me once, but I didn't know I was wrong until I was told.
Yeah,
I just assumed it was Labyrinth and I didn't pay any attention, but
if you got a funny
it's
name,
LABRYNTHINE.
expect us to screw it
He's
up.
dope, and we're going to learn all about him tonight. Coming up soon, man.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
Coming up soon. Faux show. We got the video on over on YouTube because somebody wanted to see us.
Who?
I don't know, but I turned it on.
Ain't nobody want to see our ugly asses.
Wear your gloves or wear your gloves? Wear your gloves. I got my bottle of hand sanitizer. Just about empty.
Hell yeah. Did you find somewhere that had it in stock?
DoorDash sent me DoorDash sent me like 5 fucking bottles, bro, and a box of 100 gloves.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah, DoorDash hooked it up. They're medium gloves, so you got to spit on them before you put them on.
They're very safe.
You gotta talk dirty to him.
But yeah,
You got to put that Vaseline on them. No Vaseline. Yeah, so we got a packed show tonight.
but yeah, keeping my hands clean out there, spreading the love, not the virus, to all the hungry folks
Who are we calling Butters?
who in Missouri. I guess that's what they call
Dead body?
LABRYNTHINE.
Labyrinthine?
Turning the video off on us. Nobody wants to see us.
No. I need a haircut though, for real.
You cut your own hair.
I know. I
need a haircut.
one.
I don't cut my own hair.
I need to shave my face too. Jesus.
Terrible. It's hard out here. It's hard out here, man. People need haircuts.
Those people are essential.
No, they are. The haircut people are not essential.
You just go to Walmart and buy yourself some clippers, and then you shave it yourself.
Well, I can't do that.
And then you become essential.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. I don't know if it works that way.
Don't you just shave the sides of your head anyways?
Me? Generally.
Yeah.
He can't do nothing.
Yeah, so
You know
you're
he
fine.
can't do it.
And I might be able to do it now that I have like a mohawk because I don't have to shave the whole back. I'd still probably fuck it up, but I'm not gonna try. I'll just wear a hat like I do every other day. It's fine.
That works.
Yeah.
You should wear a hat after you get a new hat. And
I will probably wear a new hat after I get a new hat too. And I'll wear.
In addition to the hat.
Right.
I'll just wear two hats. You think people are cool when they got two phones? Wait till P has two hats.
Yeah, no, that shit gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Say his name again slowly. Who the guest? Labyrinthine. Labyrinthine. If you look at the name, you can actually spell it out or sound it out.
That ain't no lie, Danny. He is bringing a rat tail back.
Oh, hater. Dana has become such a hater. Promise.
I mean, I thought it was funny.
It is funny. It still doesn't mean she's not a hater.
She ain't hating. She's being
Dana's
funny.
a hater, fam. Hey, what's
Maybe
up,
she
guys?
wants you to bring the rat tail back.
Well, everybody wants me to bring the rat tail back. The problem is it starts at the front of my head and goes all the way to the back. You can just only see. You can just only see the rat tail part because I'm always wearing a hat. I literally only put product in my hair one time. That was at Astronomicon.
Isn't that what Mike Busey has?
What?
The same haircut you got?
I don't know. I think it's similar according to everyone who saw me at Astronomicon. I don't know. Who cares?
He's getting his costume ready for his cosplay costume ready for next year. He's going as Mike Busey.
All right, don't forget we have to ask Butters about his amazing empty jug skills. I don't know what that means, but
I guess Labyrinthine is called Butters.
yes.
Clearly, we cleared that up like 20 minutes ago.
Yes.
Have you been listening to the show?
No.
Oh.
He doesn't pay attention. That's why it's weird and awkward. He doesn't even know what's going on.
He just hears
Does it make a difference when I'm there? I still don't know what's going on.
No, but at least when you're here, you don't talk.
True.
But you participate. You participate without language. Now you unparticipate with language. It's worse.
So it's new and different for you. You don't like it.
Yeah.
Nobody likes change.
The whole world has
Fuck
changed.
that change.
The whole world has changed.
You sit there and shut up, dead body man. Nobody wants to hear you.
That's right.
I mean, that's clearly what it says in the chat rooms.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sure.
I'm just fucking with you. Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama.
Yeah.
So,
we got Labyrinthine on the show tonight. So if you hate us, stay tuned.
I don't know if you guys.
What?
I don't know if you guys heard or not, but one of my favorite country artists passed away, Mr. Joe Diffie. He passed.
I did hear that.
Found out he had coronas, and a week later he'd gone.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, he was like 61 years old.
61. Rest in peace, Joe Diffie.
In case you guys don't know who he is, look him up. That's Joe, Joe Diffie.
You know what I dislike? And I mean, I get it, but it's just seems to be in very poor taste in this new world.
Women like about
it's all the fucking like. As soon as somebody dies, there's like immediately a meme.
Oh.
There's immediately
like the Kenny Rogers one. Kenny Rogers knew when to fold him with all this shit going on.
Yeah. Or like literally like minutes after I saw the news article for Joe Diffie, it's like, oh, someone could finally prop him up against the jukebox.
I mean,
I was like, it's just
That's what he wanted.
I get it. People deal with shit with comedy. I do the same thing, but it's like, damn, man, give it like 20 minutes or something. Like, jeez.
I mean, he died yesterday.
Yeah, but this was like minutes later. Like, it's crazy.
Prop me up beside the jukebox when I die.
Crazy. But yeah, man, that shit's. Fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Dead Body Man's in the YouTube chat now.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, man. The world's on hold. What is going on in the world? Huh? What have you been up to, Dead Body Man? Since you're on the phone, I might as well fucking talk to you.
Yeah. You don't like me talking. You just like me sitting there doing my body language.
Is what language?
I don't know.
My body language.
Gross.
He said when I'm in person, I just sit there, and then he doesn't want me talking, but now he wants me talking.
I never said
Anyway.
I didn't want you talking. I said you don't.
Flip Flop wants memes when he dies. I'm pretty sure there'll be plenty. Plenty of memes. So how was everybody's week?
But
What are we rolling with?
mine's been slow, man. I can definitely see the change in my work as far as the customer volume and all that stuff. So yeah, there's definitely been a giant impact into how much business everybody's doing. Although I do really enjoy the lack of traffic. It is amazing.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. There's still a lot of people out, at least around here. A lot more than there probably should be, I guess.
Dude, my neighborhood was packed this weekend with people walking.
Oh yeah, people are walking everywhere. It's kind of it's fucking weird, but it's also kind of nice. Like, it's nice to see. It reminds me of when I was a kid. Like when we were younger, that was like a thing. Like, you know what I mean? The neighbors were friendly. People would like wave to you and shit. People would be out walking their fucking dogs or pushing a stroller or playing in the park. You ain't seen that shit in years. And now that we're not supposed to do it, everybody's out in the motherfucker like.
I mean, I've seen a little bit more, but I've seen a lot more people. There was a lot of people, dude. It usually ain't a lot of people, but you'll get like 20 people. But this was like over 100 fucking people walking out, and it was like all at once. Like everybody had the same time frame idea to go outside and start walking.
Yeah, people are everywhere, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Crazy out there, man.
I mean, there's dogs being walked that I didn't even know were in the fucking neighborhood. I'm like, where do these dogs come from? There's people all over. I mean, we got like 3 subdivisions connecting to one, so you get a lot of people. You get a lot of traffic. There's a lot of
you got the pathway
traffic
at the end of the street.
Yeah.
You got everybody over here. Yeah, the parks are packed. The playgrounds are packed.
Kids are riding bikes. That's weird.
Now you can't use the playgrounds.
I know you're not supposed to.
At least here in the city, they got all police tape all around them or caution tape.
That's how most of them
Yeah,
are
they do
around here.
now.
But
Yeah, they
until
do
you
now.
drive a little bit further into the county, into these trailer parks in the woods, there ain't no laws out there. White Claw trailer parks.
Hell yeah. The Joe Exotics all over the fucking jungle gyms.
Exactly. They're everywhere, man. I watched the first episode of that shit today.
Dude, that series is nuts.
I did it. I know it's my favorite show.
What'd you say? You watched the fucking Lion King guy?
The Lion King is way different than the Tiger King.
Right? The fucking...
Trust me.
Please, parents, please do not fuck that one up.
That is a big fuck up.
I mean, no.
All right, Tommy, we're gonna put on the Tiger King for you. Enjoy it. We'll be in the bedroom.
Whatever. Tiger King, Lion King, whatever.
Oh man, fucking Mufasa. God.
What the fuck? I ain't even do. I seen everybody on Facebook. Gotta watch
Everybody's
it.
I watched the first episode today. It wasn't nearly as crazy as what I expected it to be.
I ain't watching it.
Oh, trust me. Buckle up, Buttercup. That shit gets wild.
I'm not watching it until now Riz brought it up, and I just talked about how fucking hilarious it was. Now I gotta watch it.
Yeah, I figured everybody's talking about it. Might as well at least attempt.
I don't follow those trains. I stay the fuck away from them.
Yeah.
Everybody want to talk about this and that, like the fucking Bird Box. It took me forever to watch Bird Box. I'm like, I'm not dealing.
Well,
with
there's
this.
not as much shit to watch right now because like,
Bro, there's so much shit to watch. There is so much stuff to watch.
like what? What are we watching? Tell me what we're watching.
You know how many movies are out there? I mean, a million movies.
Like what though? Tell me. Like I've seen a million movies though.
I mean, I just watch old movies. I watched fucking My Cousin Vinny the other day. That was dope. Dude,
So you would prefer to watch My Cousin Vinny than the show everyone's talking about
Yes.
just because everyone's talking about it?
Yes.
I would rather watch something new and give it a shot.
Because 90% of the time, people that are watching the shit are full of shit anyways, and it's not as good as they're trying to make it be.
That's true.
So I choose not to follow them.
But it's worth a shot.
No. It's not worth wasting my time when I
That
can watch,
one I was hesitant
when I can
about,
watch
but-
My Cousin Vinny, bro, and sit there and laugh my ass off, and I know it's a good
Is
movie.
My Cousin Vinny that funny?
It's pretty fucking good, bro.
We're different people.
It's pretty good. We are. You think the guy with Nikes on his feet with a clean butthole is funny, and that's
Dubs. Dubs killing it.
That wasn't.
You don't like
funny.
Dubs?
I didn't. That song wasn't even good.
You didn't even listen to it.
I was.
You heard.
listening
Only
to
thing
it.
you heard was me singing it. That probably.
No,
wasn't
I heard it
good.
out of my headphones the whole time.
Now you're hating on the super famous Fun Time guys. That's terrible.
Man, it's because I don't like one song.
Yep. That makes
That's
you a hater.
fine. Fuck them, I'm hating on them. They kiss my ass.
Hater.
Fuck both of them.
Jesus. He's the third one, actually. You don't even know him.
Whatever. Fuck him. We don't even know him. Fuck him.
It's terrible, man.
Is
What's
it?
up, everybody out there in YouTube land and Repliconradio.com land? We do have Labyrinthine coming up shortly. Please don't run away.
2 hours from now, peeps. Why are we straight? We ought to go refill the Replicon if we're straight out of Replicon. We should refill it.
Refill it?
Yeah, if we're straight out of Replicon, we need to refill it.
We'll refill it.
Thought that's what we were doing. That's why we're here tonight.
We're refilling it. Refilling the Replicon.
Fucking Barney. and
Hey, if you're a
friends.
freaking Patreon member, we got a fun surprise for you. Finally, right, Rue?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are we doing? What are we doing for the Patreon members?
Having a drunk fest.
Well, we're gonna, yeah. I don't know. I might not, but
We're gonna get litty and shitty.
we're bringing you guys your long overdue extra broadcast.
Yes.
It's gonna be full of wonder and amazement and laughter, and it's gonna be extra long to make up for the.
I did watch the Bird
Missed.
Box, and I thought it was actually a pretty good movie. Because everybody else was talking about how stupid it was, and it was actually a pretty good, decent movie.
Bird Box? Nobody said it was stupid. I don't know.
Oh, everybody was all this.
Well,
fucking
everybody's saying this
stupid.
show's stupid. Why haven't you watched it?
Because, bro. Because they're not saying it's stupid. They're like, oh my God, it was so funny. It was so good. This and that. I'm like, no, it's not good.
I just heard it's fucking crazy, a crazy train wreck.
A gay man with a mullet playing with whatever. Some girl gets her arm bit off by a tiger and then was back to work in 5 days.
Oh, so you have watched it?
No, I just heard a little bit about it. I haven't watched it. I just heard a little bit about it.
He's all. Don't forget.
The girl
he's a
got her
meth
ripped.
head.
The girl got her arm ripped off, and the first thing Joe's exotic move was to go get the fucking EMS bomber. Hell yeah.
For sure.
It just sounds horrible.
It's weird.
Joe Exotic.
Carol Baskin.
That bitch.
And I watched The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski's good. I mean, the cousin Vinny's okay. I guess.
What else I
There's nothing wrong
watched?
with it.
Oh, man, I've been watching. Dude, I've been going so crazy with no sports right now. I've been watching fucking
I get
tennis,
it.
soccer.
You've been watching it? Like old shit?
Yeah, dude. It's all old stuff.
That's weird to me.
I watch golf anyways.
What
I don't
kind
watch
do you get?
soccer.
I don't get that. I mean, I'm not a sports guy anyway. I don't understand. I understand sports. I understand why you watch it and you enjoy it. I don't understand what you would get out of watching
a rerun.
Yeah. Like watching a movie again is like, you know what I mean?
Well,
It's still funny or it's still action, but like, what the fuck?
Well, that's why I'm watching a little bit of tennis and soccer because those are two sports that I really don't watch.
Shit you didn't watch, so it's new to you.
Yeah, so it's still that game that was played in 2015 is like a brand new game being played today for me. You know, I haven't watched any of the baseball games going on right now, the hockey games. I did watch the Blues win the Stanley Cup again, the second time.
Oh, he did?
For the second time for the first time. Been watching a little bit of NASCAR. They've been having a little bit of NASCAR on. I've been watching some fucking tractor pulls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude.
I wouldn't even know how to watch tractor pulls if I wanted to.
Dude, I've been watching some fucking Monster Jam. Dude, I've been watching.
I thought you said you were still working.
I am.
How the fuck are you watching all this shit?
On the weekends.
Jesus Christ. You watch TV for work now?
I wish.
That'd be a dope job.
Right. That would be so dope.
I feel like I haven't.
Well, I did watch the what was it? The Patriot Philadelphia Super Bowl the other day too.
You watched an old Super Bowl?
I did. Even though I knew the outcome, I did watch.
I don't get it. I really wanted to watch the iHeart Radio concert thing, but I didn't because I was working. I was too busy being essential. What did I watch? It was good. What's actually? I don't think Tiger King is probably good, but I started to watch it just cause.
Oh, it's entertaining. I wouldn't say it's a high quality
He
piece
likes
of.
it, which means I'm gonna hate it.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's like what every fucking episode you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then when you think it can't get any weirder, it gets weirder. And then it's like, all right, I think I have it locked in. Nothing else is going to change. And then you're like, what in the fuck is this over here? It just keeps changing on you every fucking episode. Something, and this is real life. Like this actually happened, and people out there like this exist. And it's like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, I think that's the part is it's real. That's the fuck that that's like holy shit.
Yeah.
I watched Dave. Dave is fucking good. You would like that probably, bro.
Oh, that's another movie I watched.
Lil Dicky's show.
Yeah.
That shit's funny. I'm pissed that I'm actually pissed I started watching it because I really liked it and it's new. So now I have to wait for the next fucking episode like old school TV.
Right.
Oh, that's the worst.
I watched Dazed and Confused the other day too.
Dazed and Confused is good.
Hell yeah, it was. That's the other movie I watched. Dazed and Confused.
That's a good movie.
I think I might watch Life this weekend.
With Eddie Murphy?
Fuck yeah, Martin.
Hi,
Lawrence.
Seamus.
Shamus.
Hope your hippos are doing good, bud. Hey. Hope your hippos are doing good, eh?
Epos, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I've been watching. I don't know. I hung out with the neighbors Friday. Didn't do shit Saturday. Just watched movies Saturday, and then hung out with the neighbors yesterday and drank too much. I was feeling like shit at work today. I usually don't drink on fucking school nights.
Yeah.
I don't know why yesterday was a special occasion, I guess.
It was a Sunday?
Had to drink one for Joe Diffie.
Is that right?
Sure. Go with that. No,
shout out to Joe Diffie.
It started out just hanging out over the neighbors, and then more neighbors come home and come over, and I wasn't gonna drink, and then the beers got pulled out, and we was drinking. And then
they want to know if you were social distancing with your neighbors.
I mean, of course.
He was sitting on their lap. What are you talking about?
Right, we were hugging each other the whole fucking time.
It was.
No, I mean, we were.
They were over there sharing needles and shit.
Fuck yeah. We were like 5 inches apart.
5 inches apart? Jeez, you really were sitting on each other's lap.
No, I mean, we were just hanging out. I mean, we were not 6 feet apart. My fucking neighbors. We all do the same thing. We go to work, come home. That's it.
That's how you get it.
That's right.
That's how you get it, bud.
I ain't sweating it. If I get it, then I might take it a little more serious, I guess.
I would hope. You're supposed to take it serious before you get it, Room.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I'm here.
But if these knuckleheads are gonna tell me to go to work with a bunch of fucking idiots, they come to work when they're sick anyways. Well, if I'm gonna get it from anybody, it'll be somebody at work, not.
Well, stay away from those people too.
You can't. You gotta help them out and fix their fuck ups for them.
Yeah, but you don't have to touch them. You have to touch the machines.
Oh,
right?
Well, they touch themselves and they touch the machines.
The machines touch themselves?
No, people.
What kind of machines are you fucking working with?
I mean, machines do touch themselves.
Some of them do. Those are probably made in China.
One die half rubs up and touches the other die half. If it didn't do that, we'd have metal all over the fucking place.
Oh, boy. Shout out to Wish. those,
What the fuck?
I don't know. I talk about machines. I think of machines touching themselves. I just for some reason thought of Wish. I feel like that's something that's going to show up on my timeline real soon. No, Seamus, he didn't hang up. He's just sitting there. I think he's probably touching his machine.
No.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just our fucking work is so fucking retarded. You can't stay away from nobody because they've been there a long time and they still can't fix their own problems. So I gotta stop doing what I'm doing with my machine to go help them out.
Well, that's nice of you.
I mean, it is, but I can tell them to go fuck themselves and learn how to do it themselves, but I choose not to do that because I'm company man.
Company man.
They take care of me.
Well, that's good. You got to keep making those essential parts for all the essential people.
We just had a dude walk out today. He got pissed. He missed all last week, come in today. Told boss man he needs a vacation day for Wednesday, and boss man says, I ain't letting you off. Like you had all last week off. You ain't taking the days off this week. Fuck you. He goes, well, fuck you then. He said it was his son's graduation from the police academy. I'm like, you really think they're going to have a graduation, bro, during this time? They might. If they do, then fuck, who knows? But they ain't going to have it. So he said, fuck you, turned around and walked out. I was fucking rolling. I was like, what? And this is a dude that always bitches and complains about money. Well, there you go. You don't show up to work, but yeah, you go bitch about some money, man. Show up to work. Do your job. It ain't hard. He does have a couple, he does have a few health issues, but I think he also takes advantage of the situation.
Most people do.
I mean, he's already missed a month of work since January.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, especially right now, man. People are fucking begging for work in most places.
A lot of people are begging for work.
So Rue's job might be hiring soon because some guy doesn't want to go to work.
Oh, we're always hiring for sure.
Those machines that are touching themselves are eating people left and right. They're always hiring people.
Hell yeah.
We are, dude. We got spots open. People come and go all the time. It's not very good to say, but it's true. Nobody wants. No, these kids come in there. They don't want to work, and you got to work. They don't want to do it. They show up thinking they're just going to collect a paycheck, and they don't have to do nothing. I don't get it.
That's what I want to do.
I mean, I would love to just show up, stand around, bullshit, get paid for it. Fuck yeah.
If anybody is hiring for a paycheck, I'll take it.
Right.
Like, here's a paycheck every month. Spend it. Sure thing, boss.
All right.
Sure thing, boss.
You need help with any standing around shooting the shit, boss, or what? I got you.
I always need help with that. I
mean,
always need help with that,
The job is not that hard. All you got to do is pay attention.
All you got to do is do it, right?
I mean, I just didn't know shit going into this fucking job, and now I know
everything.
Yeah, because I pay attention to what the fuck goes on and what happens. If something happens, I know what I need to change to fix it because I pay attention.
Good job, bro.
Well, you've also been there for almost 2 decades, so I mean that helps.
12 years, working on 13. Yeah, but I worked.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, I worked in one department for 8 years and moved down, and now I know everything in 4 years that I've been down at the other spot. Just because you got to pay attention.
Big Rue's a good learner.
I mean, that's got a lot to do with it too, I guess. But yeah, the machines that I'm running now or working with now are way different than fuck. I'm used to turning knobs to make adjustments. Now I'm fucking typing shit into computers to make adjustments.
Technology, bro.
I know, right?
It's crazy, man. Fancy.
And you don't know, like, changing one number, you don't know how much that's going to change. But if I go over to the fucking knob and I turn it a quarter turn, I know how much of a difference it's going to make.
A quarter.
I mean, a little bit goes a long way with zinc parts.
That's what she said.
I don't know who she is, but
She said it, though.
she did.
Probably your boss. She might be your boss. What do you think about that?
I mean, she is not my boss.
Why isn't she? You discriminate against women at your job?
No, but
Wow.
my boss is a he.
All of them? You only have one boss?
I have two, and they're both he's.
What about
I have a supervisor and a manager.
They have bosses, right? Which would in turn
they
still
are all,
be your
they
boss.
are all men too.
So we've discovered Big Roo's company discriminates.
Well, it's a family-owned company.
And there's no women in that family?
There's one.
Well, then she's your boss.
No,
And she's probably the secretary.
she definitely can tell me. She can tell me what I can and can't fucking do. Obviously, you know, she owns part of the company. But yeah, all the fathers had sons, and now all the sons are running the company.
All the sons had fathers?
Yeah, that started the company.
That's crazy.
I take that back. The girls, actually, I think there was 3 girls total between the 3 brothers. 2 of them took off and went and did their own thing, and 1 stayed with the company. And she is not even a vice president. We have like 7, 8, 10 of those.
You have 10 vice presidents?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
I think it's
It kind
7.
of defeats the purpose.
I think there's 7 of them. Actually.
Everyone's a vice president.
It's all family. They take care of us, though. I can't complain about them. Now, the other fucking...
Because they listen?
Well, they do, man. They really do. If you got a problem, if you got a problem and it's a serious problem, it gets taken care of right away. But if you got a bullshit problem, they're like, why the fuck are you even bringing this to me? Go talk to your supervisor about it.
Yeah.
But if there's something like wrong or something you
Somebody was sexually harassing you at work and they took care of it?
No, I don't get sexually harassed at work.
You don't get sexually harassed at work?
It's not a
Do you really have a job then?
I do. But yeah, no, you have any problems, they take care of it. It's not like you got to fight 1,000 people to get something done around there.
That's good.
Now, if I have to go through my fucking boss and tell him about it, then the message doesn't get passed along, and so you gotta know who to go talk to.
Do you hear that, Big Roo's company? Good job. Give him more money.
He gave you a good Yelp review.
That's right.
Right?
Hazard pay, fam.
No, and they are doing their damnedest to make sure that we stay working through this time, too.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, no, absolutely, it's a good thing. Half the people are sitting at home waiting for the government to figure out what the fuck they're doing or wondering whether they're going to get paid again.
Yeah.
I know I get that check at the end of the week, every week, for now.
Yeah. I've been working hella, just in case. Just in case the shit goes fucking sour in our area like it is other places.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm going to get the fuck out.
I'm anticipating going down to about 30 hours a week. So, yeah, we're taking a hit, too.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm actually probably going to be working overtime this Friday.
Yeah, they told us no overtime. But the thing is, even 30 hours on my regular pay is still better than the unemployment check.
Well, absolutely. Hell yeah, dude. That's better than nothing, that's for sure.
Well, sure, man. I hope everybody out there listening, all of our live listeners and our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday listeners are all keeping their shit together and either working or getting through it or figuring it out or whatever you got to do to get through all this shit, man.
It's a tough time.
The number one thing, though, for real, whatever your situation is you got to try and stay positive the best you can, because your head will fuck with you more than any of this bad shit. Like, whatever this shit is, we'll get through it.
I'll tell you what, man. This is probably for going to driving a lot over the weekend. I've got to say that this has probably been the nicest thing that's happened on the road, because now, like, I mean, there's like a couple fucking idiots out there. Now there was quite a few idiots. Now it's limited, and there's not as many out there now.
Oh, for sure.
So it's been kind of nice driving around, not really having to fucking.
Dude, it's fantastic. It's the best.
Jesus,
the traffic. Everybody loves the traffic. I mean, that's I guess that's a positive thing.
There hasn't been one traffic jam, like rush hour or traffic jam from an accident. I haven't seen any accidents other than one minor fender bender on the side of the road.
Yeah,
like it's insane. It's like all you non-essential fucks.
I feel like
problem.
Right. I feel like there's
Exactly.
I've seen like majority of it's pretty good, but like driving around delivering food and shit, there's always like almost every like probably like twice a day there's this one jackass. It's like no one's around. I'm gonna be fucking extra stupid. Like there's one of those guys. Like I got the big truck and there's no one around. Let me fucking drive like a jackass or go 300 on my motorcycle because there's no one around. I'm like, dude,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was driving in the center of the fucking lanes the other day. I'm like, this is fucking great. There ain't nobody to fuck around. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with me.
Right.
I mean, I didn't do it for a long period of time, but I was like, look, I can fucking fly down the road and nobody's gonna stop me. I haven't even seen. I think I seen one cop the other day. Throughout the whole weekend of driving, I seen one fucking cop. I'm like, where the fuck y'all been? You hiding too?
they ain't got shit to worry about. Luckily, we're fortunate. We live in a pretty decent area out here, and our city's not hit that bad yet with Corona.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're as of now, we're it's not that crazy around here.
You know what? For a state that they said it's not taking this as serious as we should be, we're doing pretty damn good.
Hopefully.
Right now.
They're jumping real quick. The numbers are jumping, man. So we don't know. We're in the middle.
Yeah.
And
I'm doing my part.
We're not a big. That's the part that worries me is, obviously it's getting worse before it gets better. So we're like the fact that we're in the middle. Everything we get late. Even like music, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a little more so now, less that with the internet, but like back in the day, like hit singles would hit on the fucking coast.
Yeah.
And we'd hear them 3 months later and it'd be new.
Yeah.
Same shit with the fucking this shit. It's spread. It takes a minute. People are.
I mean, that's like movies. Movies come out like damn near like 2-3 days before they even come out here.
Yeah, it's got to fucking get. That's why I'm afraid that it's. You know what I mean? It's
the Corona
it's getting
movement.
here. You know what I'm saying? It's getting here. But hopefully they've, flatten the curve, whatever the hell you want to call it, sort of contain it more so before it gets out of hand here.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping.
But
Chicago's right up the street, man. They're fucking one of the fucking top 3 worst places right now. So.
Yeah, but Chicago, like, they've got a lot of people that travel. Like, there are a lot of companies in their city.
Yeah, our city sucks, and a lot of people don't come here. Thank God. Right? Like.
Yeah, there really ain't. As far as like travel businesses, that
thank goodness the Rams moved to LA,
shit.
so nobody's here for football games anymore, right?
There was you'd be surprised. There's quite a few people that would travel just to see.
Oh, I know. I used to work. The other people. It was usually the other team's fans. I used to work there. Yeah, that place would be sold out, packed. But yeah, it's nuts. I just want everybody to stay safe, man. That's like, you know what I mean? This shit. Like we were talking off air. Like last week, I felt under the weather and I was like freaking out, like in my head more so. Like, you know what I mean? Everything was in my head and I got fucking. I always knew I had anxiety, but holy shit, like. Like I was fucking like I was scared shitless, fucking going crazy. Like what do I do? You know what I mean? I was just that I'm more concerned about like how people are reacting and people in their thoughts and in their mind, especially for the people that are like quarantine.
Right.
Like that shit's fucking nuts. Once you can only watch Tiger King so many times. You know what I mean? So like, or My Cousin Vinny, if you're, you know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do to keep your fucking mind off it, man. Like I literally, like. I was freaking out. Like I can't even listen to certain music because it fucks me up. like I made a positive playlist with like fucking, you know what I mean, just to keep my thoughts good. And I try to not watch the news. I want to stay informed.
Yeah.
Well, I try to watch I'll watch like the briefings and stuff that come on
Fuck
sometimes,
the
but
news.
I want to stay informed. But I also don't want, most of it's fucking like scary, and I don't know if it's true. Like we can't even fucking trust if the news is true anymore. Which,
No.
so just
I
fucking
mean-
stay positive, whatever. And if you're into something, like Keegan Grimm in the chat says he's still getting graphics work, so that's dope. But even if he wasn't, he could still, if he enjoys drawing, he could be doing that to keep his money. You know what I'm saying? If he was quarantined, like find something that you enjoy, even if it is just watching fucking 1,000 movies. Watch them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
we got fucking Netflix, we got fucking Hulu, we got fucking Disney Plus, we got fucking
Hulu.
what is that? What's it? Vito or whatever the fuck? Vuvu. They got all the fucking. There's a bunch of like movies that are in theaters right now that you can rent. They cost too damn much, but or you can buy. I think just buy it for $20 instead of, because the theaters aren't open. So if you want to see a new movie that's in the theaters, it's $20. $20 for your sanity. I mean,
$20 is $20.
right? Or fucking play. If I get quarantined, I might become a gamer for the first time in my life. I doubt it. I just don't get it. I can't get into it, but I'll
I
try.
don't even play the systems
You know what I'm
that I
saying?
got,
Like, I'll
man.
try. I'll go buy a fucking whatever. Do what you got to do. Just do what you got to do to stay positive and stay sane. And don't think about it, man, because you can give yourself fucking fake illnesses and shit just by stressing.
Yeah, when you start to feel low, just start thinking positive. Bring yourself back up.
Yes. Stay positive, man. It's
For
number
shit.
one. I think that's a number. I mean, obviously, stay safe. Wash your hands. You know what I mean? Like, be mindful of what you're doing and touching if you are out. But yeah, definitely stay positive, man. Like, that's for your advice, and it's also for my
It's
own
one
advice.
of the hardest
man.
things to do right now during this time.
Yeah.
Stay positive. And if you need something to pick you up, hey, you can go to Repliconradio.com anytime you want and listen to all the replays.
You can. There's
There's a
thousands.
fuck ton of them on there.
What is there, like thousands? There's like, I don't even know how many hours, bro. Lots of hours.
Lots of hours.
Especially on, if you combine the episodes with the YouTubes and all, you could probably, I don't think you could watch everything we did before this quarantine. Well, it depends on if it gets extended more.
Yeah.
You probably watch everything.
And if you don't want to hear us talk, we did you can go watch all the concerts that we did.
That's right.
So
Movie reviews. It's gonna be. We got another movie review to do. It's gonna be real fun to do it with fucking Dead Body Man on the phone.
yes,
We're gonna have to do it like Charlie's Angels or something. Set up a little speaker box.
we can do it Skype. We can do it Skype.
Stay
Just hold the
his
phone
own.
up
You
to
go
the
to
camera.
Oh, we
Cool
could set it
news.
up. That's actually a funny idea. We could do. That's what we can do for the. Rue, let's make a. You got newspapers? Hang on, what happened here? That was weird. What was it? Remember when ICP still liked Kevin Gill back in the day?
Yeah.
And he used to do. Well, you don't have any other options but to be down. We can do whatever we want with you.
That is true. That is true.
Dead Body Scarecrow. Dead Body Scarecrow. But yeah, man, just stay. Huh?
I mean,
I think the YouTube froze for a second or something. Something happened.
I thought the speaker froze. Yeah, it did. Mine did anyways. Mine froze.
The government got us because we were telling people to stay positive.
Man, fuck the government. But I'll be happy to collect my check.
Yes. Look at Heather in the chat room with all the good advice for everyone. You should check out the Daily Dino and listen and
fuck
discover
that
all the
Daily
peeps
Dino.
that you're not familiar with. You get to learn about new music and all the new releases every Friday right here on Replicon Radio's YouTube channel.
Don't listen to that garbage.
Jesus Christ.
Check out the new Rue show coming soon.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it.
Coming to every TikTok near you.
But yeah, we're gonna. I told you that. Did we talk about? We didn't talk. Was that live? We talked about that, or was that?
Yeah.
I don't know if we were live or not. I told Big Roo he needs to download TikTok and just fucking do a bunch of TikTok dances and shit. That'd be fucking hilarious.
I don't really even know what that's about, but I'll go download and check it out.
Dude, TikTok is dangerous, man. That shit's addicting.
Who?
Yeah, if somebody sends me a TikTok, I'll get on there, and then next thing I know, it's like 3 hours later, and I'm just sitting there scrolling through video after video. It's like, son of a bitch.
What is that?
You just watch little kids dance all day, bro?
What is that? TIK?
Hey, your TikTok feed is dictated on what you like, and there ain't no little kids in my TikTok feed, so I don't know what you watching.
I don't know. I don't have TikTok. I don't even know what the fucking TikTok feed looks like.
Yeah, no, I don't have little kids on my TikTok.
I thought it was just kids on there.
No, there is, but that's not what I'm watching.
Oh, he watching.
Like, I'm watching no, they don't, unfortunately they don't have that on there. But I mean, shit. I mean, they got anything everywhere from like mechanics to pilots to train engineers to of course the thoughts that are sitting there doing all the dance crazes and all that shit. And it's literally just mindless shuffling of the internet. Like, all right, the next video, you have no idea what's going to pop up. It's like YouTube on shuffle, condensed down to less than 60 seconds per video. It's the best.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
It's installing as we speak.
Rue's downloading it, so everyone's in trouble.
I love TikTok. I mean, a lot of people hate on it, but I mean, it's very entertaining.
You guys want access to Rue's TikTok once we teach him how to use it and see Rue dances?
Absolutely.
You better sign up for Replicon Radio Patreon. Patreon.com/Replicon Radio.
Oh, imagine
you're getting all the finger guns over there.
I just fucking downloaded it. Now I gotta update it. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Oh god.
Well, clearly it's an outdated version. You downloaded it.
It would be wouldn't it be new?
No. You would think.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you should sign up for our Patreon anyway, because this Friday you're going to get a special Patreon show. And if you do the right tier, you'll get exclusive merchandise every month, t-shirts,
jerseys.
Yep. All kinds of dopeness, bro. So hit up the Patreon. Get access to our Discord 24 hours a day. Be part of the family.
Go ahead and drive me nuts, because it drives me nuts every time, because I'll go to bed and wake up and I got 1,000 notifications. And then I go back and look and it's only 2 people talking. Usually one person talking to themselves, but it's fun.
Shout out.
Another update? Get the fuck out of here. I just downloaded the coronavirus on my phone, bro.
Did you?
Oh
no, I gotta go delete something.
Oh no.
That's easy.
Oh no. Well.
Oh no, Mr. Bell.
Unfortunately, it's about that time. Well, not unfortunately, I guess, but it's break time here at Replicon Radio.
It is.
Because we have a guest coming up.
Oh shit.
Break time.
So here's the deal for all the fam over there in YouTube land. You're gonna see a little spinny wheel on your screen because the feed is going to stop because we're taking a musical break. If you would like to enjoy the music, head on over to repliconradio.com and listen to the music, or just hang out and we'll be back shortly with our special guest, LABRYNTHINE. How's that sound? So the YouTube,
flip flop.
The YouTube feed will return. It'll just pause for a while, just so you're aware.
Pause.
And then we'll be back for everybody else tuned in on the website and on the replays. Nothing changes for you, and enjoy the
oh hell yeah!
Enjoy the musical break, and we'll be back after that. You want to say goodbye, Dead Body Man?
I would love to. I thank you for everybody listening. Enjoy the interview, and love you guys.
Yo.
What up? What up?
What up, y'all?
What up? What up? We're back. We're
Hey,
back.
what's up? We're back.
We're back.
What are we?
Short little break.
Yeah,
We are Replicon Radio.
we are, man. That's a good reminder. You should remind people. We're Replicon Radio. You should subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Replicon Radio. Lots of content over there.
Replicon all day.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Replicon_radio. Join our Patreon. Help support us. You can if you're on YouTube right now, you can send us super chats, which is super awesome. Super stickers, which is super awesome. Definitely help support the channel. Buy merchandise. Just go to repliconradio.com. There's actually 2 links for merch. All kinds of stuff going on over there, man. Yeah. But anyway, continue in what we do here. We're back, and we're gonna keep on keep it on and keep on doing what we do. So let's just go ahead and hop on into it. We have a very special guest on the line hanging out with us tonight. Everybody give it up for LABRYNTHINE.
What up?
Oh, damn, you got it right.
What's up, brother?
Got it
How are
right.
you?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
We're doing good, man. Just over here staying safe, man. Hiding out in the dungeon here, and
Oh, I hear you, man.
Trying to
I
keep
hear you.
clean.
It's crazy here in Pittsburgh.
I'll bet, man. The East Coast is a whole nother world right now, from my understanding.
Yeah, we're all in lockdown here in Pittsburgh.
That's
It's
wild.
crazy. I never thought I'd see anything like this in my lifetime, or think we'd see anything like this in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
No, it's nuts, man. Hopefully, like I mentioned earlier, but like, yeah, for real, like thoughts, prayers, whatever it is you believe in or don't believe in, higher power, whatever it is, man, just positivity to everyone, and hopefully everybody stays safe and we get through this the best we can.
Right on. Right on. I'm with that.
Well, welcome, man. Welcome to Replicon Radio. Everyone in the chat room keeps yelling at me and says I need to call you Butters. So,
Butters.
Oh, God.
What's up, Butters?
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, I'm basically what happened when that sweet little kid grew up to be a horror-consumed asshole.
well, that's okay. You know what I mean? That's like the it's almost like that's the Rick and Morty timeline of Butters if he discovered
Yeah, pretty
Horror.
much. You know, grows up and like 30 years later becomes a, psychopath and just starts plotting on killing everybody one by one. You know, that's the stigma.
oh god. So that's what you're up to.
Well, I mean, things are open to interpretation. That's what I'll say.
Oh boy, you got that.
Should we ask that question, Rob?
What is the question? What? What? I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I'm trying to go back to it.
Big Roo, just so everybody knows out there, I don't know if you were tuned in before we went to the break, Labyrinthine, but we talked.
I'm sorry. It just cracks me up that you actually pronounce it right.
I have
so
to
many
say it
people don't
slow.
pronounce it
I have
right.
to say it slow. If I don't say it slow, I fuck it up.
It's all good, man.
But
It's all
we
good.
got Big Roo. Big Roo just downloaded TikTok literally minutes ago, and so now he is.
I already put up 2 videos.
I see him in front of me over there making crazy faces and shit at the screen. So I don't know what the hell's happening, but I apologize.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I'll fuck.
But
with it
I've still yet to use TikTok. I'm not even sure how that works.
I
I
don't
need to get familiar
I don't either.
I'm learning it.
because I know it's the next big thing.
We just want to
Yeah.
see Roo dancing. That's all I know.
I'm learning it. I'm learning it right now. I literally just downloaded it like 5 minutes ago.
Is it like Vine?
I
You
don't
know,
even
like
know.
anybody remember Vine?
I
Is it
think
kind of like
that's
that?
I don't have it, but I assume that's what it's like. It's just like Vine, except for it's like the new version. That's what it seems like. I think you can make a little bit longer. You can make longer clips, but it's the same concept. Yeah.
Well, I know it's the reason that Old Town Road song broke out. So ever since that, it's like, oh my God, you can record anything underground, and you never know if TikTok's going to blow you up and make you a millionaire.
Well, there's people
Right.
on there, man. I know like Razakel and a few other people got some songs that are like getting big on there and shit. So
Oh, I got
it
it.
really might not be a bad
I got that question.
little what.
The one from
Yeah, Jay Reno's always schooling me. He's like, dude, you got to get on whatever's hip right now. Whatever's blowing up, you immediately got to take advantage of it.
What was it, Roo?
we're told to ask Butters about his amazing empty jug skills.
Oh.
I have no idea what he just said.
Something
What did
about
he
your
say?
empty jugs, your amazing empty jug skills.
I have no idea what that is.
All right. Well, we don't either.
I
so
am
that works
completely
out perfect.
clueless. I don't know who asked that, but I have literally no idea what you're talking about, and I'm not just putting that on.
Dahmer.
All right. Well, there you go. Steel City Dahmer in the chat. He has no fucking idea what you're talking about, but he's really obsessed with calling you Butters. So
Yeah.
Is his name Rick Topping?
I have no idea. Steel City Dahmer is his alias.
Oh, then it's not Rick. I was going to say Rick, was the one who came up with calling me that back in the day. Yeah, he sang the chorus on Name Will Know Now. So,
Gotcha.
We've known each other a long time, and, he was the first person to start calling me that.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. This is just your biggest fan or your crazy stalker. I guess we'll find out as time goes on.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't shock me. I was told to be prepared for crazy stalkers, and I'm like, really? Who the hell's going to want to stalk me? But you never know nowadays.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's what we like to do, man. We like to get to know people. We want to learn about you. We want to know how it all got started. When Butters was just a little character on South Park before he got into.
That's all people are gonna know him by at the end of the
I know,
show.
it's
is
terrible.
Butters.
We're making it worse. For
Yeah.
you. So little
Rick Topping is in the chat room.
is he?
Yes.
So little baby Labyrinthine, growing up would you grow up in Pennsylvania? Is that
Yeah, grew up in Pittsburgh, born and raised.
so?
Born and raised in the South Hills area of Pittsburgh.
I got more on that question.
All right, well we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
So growing up Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, little kid, what was it about? I guess first, how did you get into music in general and wanting to be an artist, and what led you down the dark path? What was it that what I mean? Like, what kind of got you into?
The dark path.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. When you're growing up in Pittsburgh, we're really right on the edge of Pennsylvania. So we're right next to Ohio and Michigan. So our proximity to the Midwest is always like right there. We've always kind of been in the middle, and we're always been like a melting pot for the East Coast scene and the Midwest scene. So of course, growing up also so close to Cleveland, when Bone came out in the mid '90s, everybody was bumping that, like East 1999 Eternal, and that opened so many doors for a lot of people, thinking like, whoa, like rap can get this dark and have horror themes to it and stuff. And then that graduated to getting familiar with like the Detroit scene and people like ICP, Twisted, Esham, Nodis, all that stuff. And but there's definitely a lot of people who really gravitated to the whole like underground horrorcore scene, because it was like all these guys created like this aura that, wow, you could go out and do it yourself. And then I remember first time I heard LU Cypher, I mean, I was just blown away that there was just, some regular guys from Pennsylvania on their own dime going in and making their own music and pressing it and putting it out. And I think that was what was so attractive about the whole scene, is you get older because you're like, wow, these people are just like you, they're taking their hard-earned money and making their own music, and just, it felt different than when you're being provided by like a major record label pumping out stuff, when it's just like all these independent people doing it on their own. It felt more real. Absolutely. So I think that's really why I gravitated to it.
So were you like, I guess growing up, were you into like horror movies? Was it something you gravitated towards, or was it just, you just had a darker sense to it or something? I don't know how you say that.
Well, no, I mean, I liked horror movies as much as the next person growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I was never like a quote unquote obsession, but I'll tell you though, when I really, really heard the horrorcore scene and everything, I took to it like a duck to water. It was just like, oh my God, this is incredible. People accuse it of having a lot of shock value, but I still heard a lot of talent, and you would hear songs here and there that had like a lot of real genuine poetic lyricism to them. So it was really overwhelming for me personally.
Oh, for sure. And there's I mean, there definitely was. I mean, I guess that was kind of like the whole like you know, the early phases of like ICP, and people were like, oh, the shock value and all that. But that was more like an outsider looking in type of thing, because it's like shock on face value, but then you like get into it, and even them, and they're probably the least lyrical of anyone. Like I
mean, Joe Bruce had his moments though.
Well, I mean, they're story. They're like, in my opinion, they're great storytellers, but a lot of their stuff isn't
exactly.
Like, it's not like
I was just about to say that.
Like deep mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're like, oh, I feel that type of thing. I mean, some of it you get that once you get into it though, and you got that like the family vibe and you started understand. There was way, you know what I mean? It's almost like the entire underground individually is its own little onion, and on the face value, there's a little bit of like, oh shit, what's that? But then once you peel it back, you're like, okay, I resonate with this. I get this, or I felt that way before, or I needed this connection, or whatever it may be. So it's definitely like the shock value is. It's almost like the face paint. It's like, well, what's underneath it is what's really going on.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you this: if there's a lot of people who always tell me they like the storytelling I try to do, I'm like, if you don't hear the influence that I got from, you know, people like ICP or Isham or you know, like I remember one of the biggest songs I ever liked the most was you know, when Madrox went by his Mr. Bones thing, and he did that Sacrifice tape, and he put out that song Why the Children. I was like, oh my God, like not only can you incorporate horror, you can tell full-blown stories like in a cinematic fashion. I really didn't hear anybody else in hip-hop aside from like, you know, legends like Slick Rick or whatever that were actually doing storytelling as if you were like closing your eyes and watching a movie. You know, I thought that was really crazy to me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I could definitely see.
And Joe Bruce was doing it better than anybody for a long time. He really was.
That's true. They're definitely, definitely amazing storytellers for sure. And that's probably the reason I probably didn't know it at the time, but that was probably the reason I connected so hard to it, because it was, you know, something you didn't really hear before, and it was super cool and kept you going.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was intoxicating, especially if you were growing up as a teenager, because, you know, they say about teenagers, you know, it's like whatever music you're into or whatever scene you're into at that time is going to have the most impact on you. And if you're growing up as a teenager during that time, there's no way in hell it didn't have an impact on you.
For sure. Obviously, when did you, like, in your life, when did you kind of stumble into that world? Like, when did you... Like obviously you mentioned Bone and stuff, and like, you know, kind of led you down that path. So when did I think I remember when I
well, I think Bone opened the door for a lot of people in terms of that dark horrorcore stuff, and it was like you know, like most people, you know, you get a tape dub of an ICP album, and you listen to it, and it unhinges your jaw, as it did for most people back in the mid '90s, and you just hear a tape dub, and then you're like, well, so then you find yourself going out and buying the music, and then you find out through them, like, oh, there's these other artists that they listen to or put out, and then you get into that whole scene, and you're just, like, overwhelmed by it, you know, especially how big it was back then. I mean, there's still people carrying on now and putting a lot of time and effort into it, but back in the 90s, oh, my God, it was crazy. Oh, yeah. There was, like, so much of it, and in a good way.
Yeah, and it was a different thing, because it was like you said, you'd find out about all these things, and it was all kind of connected but new at the same time, because we didn't just have the internet where there was a million you know, similar, you weren't on Spotify with similar artists. Like, it was actually like you had to hear about it or find it, or they had to open a show, or, you know what I mean, like, or your buddy told you about this other band from Detroit, or, oh, you know about ICP.
Yeah, it was like a tree chart.
Guys, yeah.
It was like a tree chart. You'd see one artist, and then it would go down to these two, and then it would go down to these three. You know what I mean? It would just expand, and you'd be overwhelmed by the size of the chart, and be like, "Oh, damn! Why did I not find out about this sooner?"
Yeah,
it's like open the floodgates for you.
How was all this happening? I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, it was crazy. So prior to that, I don't know. Like you were like a teenager. You were in high school, middle school, and you kind of found all this stuff.
Yeah, I was in middle school going into high school when I really, really started hearing all that stuff and getting into it. I would, you know, like most people, 95, 96, it was, mostly Bone and 3-6 Mafia. I mean, Mystic Styles too. I mean, you heard Mystic Styles, you got they had such an insane mystique to them because they were way more underground than Bone was, and they were doing all this stuff, and you were just listening to it, you were like, oh, damn. And then that eventually goes on to, like, as the 90s got on, Insane Clown Posse comes out, they blow up, and they give a lot of attention to other artists, and then all these independent artists start springing up. And like I said, when I first heard that LU Cypher Witches Brew cassette, I was just mind blown by it. And I'm still inspired by that stuff to this day. As most people, I think, are teenagers. Like, I think if you become an artist, whatever you listen to as a teenager is going to be one of your biggest influences. So if you don't hear that influence in my music, then you're just not really familiar with that scene.
Yeah, no, absolutely, for sure. So obviously, so you're a fan, you're into it. This is kind of what led you, were you already like musical? Were you like in a band or anything like that? Were you, a lot of kids are in a band over there?
Yeah, no, never in a band. Never in a band. I never had the inkling to pick up an instrument. I wrote poetry and stuff, and of course I tried writing my own raps here and there, but I never, really got into recording anything. I remember trying to see if anybody was interested in doing a group, because I really didn't have the motivation to do anything by myself. But I was like, man, if somebody wanted to do a group and there was other people doing it, I'd be down. But nobody was really into it around my way, or everybody was just really cool just listening to the music and being a part of the scene, and I was happy to be a part of the scene too. But I don't know, like writing rhymes and stuff, it was always something I kept to myself for a long time, No,
were you doing it were you writing raps like that you would rap to yourself, or was it more like a poetry, like getting your thoughts out?
It started as poetry, getting my thoughts out. I remember in the beginning I was trying to write rock songs because I liked metal and I liked rock and blues and all that. So I was trying to write that, but I think I got more into hip-hop was just because I like writing lyrics so much, and in hip-hop you have so much more space for lyrics. It was really, especially back then, driven by lyrics. So you had way more space to write and, more opportunity to go into detail, and really like tell stories. That's why I said, like, you listen to some of those old Insane Clown Posse records, like, Amy's in the Attic and Prom Queen. You're just like, oh, well, you can go farther than just saying, 3-4 bar verses like you would in a rock song and then relying so much on the chorus.
Yeah, you're literally just storytelling in rhyme.
Yeah. That was a huge impact on someone like me, and it's still an impact on me to this day. Sometimes I go back to those songs recently and I'll sit and listen to them, and it's like I'm a teenager again.
Oh yeah, I get that same feeling. So what was it, or when was it, or how did it, you're doing this, in your own, this is your own thing, your own little release. What was it that you're like, all right, I gotta put this out, or I gotta do this, or I'm gonna make this happen? Like, was there like a moment in time where you're just like, okay, I'm doing it, this is real, I'm gonna record this, or I'm gonna perform this, or like how did it come about that you were like, this is real, this is what I'm gonna do?
Well, to get real, I remember before this interview, you were like, "Hey, man, just try to be honest and talk about it." So you know what? I'll get honest if you're prepared to hear it.
Yeah. As long
about
as you're comfortable talking. I don't know what we're about to get into.
Yeah, about most of my life, I kind of knew I had OCD, and when you have OCD or any kind of mental health thing, it can, like a chart we were talking about before with music, just like with mental health, it can kind of spring off into different things, and you can develop like depression or anxiety. About 10 years ago, I had like a really bad nervous breakdown where I was suicidal and, plotting it all out. I just didn't have any will to live, and I ended up going into the psych ward, and I was in there for about 3 months. And I'll say this, God bless Rick Topping. Like I said, he sang on my And They Will Know Now song, and I think that's really why I wanted him a part of that, because when I went through that, he was very, very supportive, like very supportive. I'd call him from there once in a while to talk, and when I got out, he was just so nice to me and stuff like that, and always offering to do things for me because he knew I was just trying to get my head back together. And then I ended up getting a really good job and, you know, build myself up. And I met a girl and we moved in together and we lived together pretty much all my 20s. And then when I was about 32, it fell apart, and it fell apart really bad. And I was just in a very dark place. And, you know, I was doing what I thought, you know, was best, and like everybody else was doing, you know, get a good job, meet a girl, fall in love, buy the house, the cars, everything, and live the typical American dream. And that fell apart for me, and I was just in a really dark place because I had relationships like that fall apart before, but this was like the longest I've been in. And I went over Rick's house and I said, you know, I'm in my 30s now. I feel like I need to do this now because I really got nothing else to live for. And he told me, he's like, well, you know, I got this guy, Matt Shore. He's an engineer here, and he's got his own studio in his house. I'll give you his number, put him through to you. And, you know, he that opened the door for me because I went and met Matt Shore. And what was crazy about it is when he walked in, he told me flat out the gate, look, I've never recorded rap before, ever. The only rap I ever listened to growing up was Beastie Boys. But I'm up to the challenge of trying something new. And I was like, okay. And I went in there July of 2016 and I recorded my very first song, The Lonely One, which was, produced by Bad Mind, and that's another guy I'd known Bad Mind for like 12 years up to that point, and I just remember finally going in and doing the song, and then I recorded it and sent it to him, and it was my first song. You know, your first song is never a masterpiece or anything, but it's your first song, so you're proud of it. Yeah. I sent it to him, and he was just so happy for me that I really finally did it. So I ended up doing an EP after that, and a lot of people were telling me, man, you got to stick with this. You got so much potential. So since then, I've basically been dedicating my 30s to making up for that lost time and trying to make the best music I possibly can and, you know, more or less bare my soul. I mean, obviously incorporate horror elements because, you know, this is what the scene is, but just trying to go wider with it, you know, and trying to really let people know who I am and this is how my mind works.
That's awesome, man. That's I mean, I'm sorry you went through that, but it's awesome that you found your way out and you found this.
Well, I know I'm not the only one. I know there's people out there who've gone through way worse, but, you know, it's like it's definitely a humbling thing, and it definitely teaches you that, you know, hey, you know, life could be over tomorrow, and it's really about doing as much as you can today, especially if you're a creative person. You have that mentality where you want to create as much as you can. When you feel like the day you're gone, you can leave all this behind and feel like you did something and your life wasn't, you know, for nothing, you know?
Absolutely. Oh, 100%. I totally understand that. That's awesome. That had to be a fun moment though, walking into the studio and him being like, I've never done this before. You're like, well, I've never done it.
It was intimidating. Like, I'm sure you know you're in St. Colin Posse. You read Behind the Paint, right?
Oh yeah.
The book. I mean, you remember when you talked about it, when they walked into the studio, they had no idea what they were doing. And of course, the guy they walked to meet to record them could tell they had no idea what they were doing and completely like raped them financially. And yeah. I think that was why I went so long without doing it, because I really didn't have anybody to show me how to do it. And I was really intimidated about going into a place like that, especially after I read that, because I was like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to have no idea what I'm going to do. And they're just going to take a bunch of money and I'm going to like come out with crap and I'm going to have wasted my time. So I consider myself very fortunate that I met Matt Shore, because even though he had never done rap before, he'd recorded so much other music, and he taught me a lot. And it was a lot that really led to me going to record at other studios and developing more confidence, you know, and more knowledge and everything. Because it can be very intimidating walking into a studio first time and you have no idea how to record. It really is.
Absolutely. So, but I would assume at least you had already had, like you said, you knew Bad Mind, you had a beat, you had a song, you had it already written, you just had to record it, right?
Yeah, God bless Erica, too. Erica, Michigan, she's the one who introduced me to Bad Mind, and had she not done that, me and him wouldn't have had built up this brotherhood that we have. I mean, I love that guy to death. I wouldn't be rapping if it wasn't for him, really, and I'd take a bullet in the chest for him because, you know, he's one of the best producers out now, and he's been a great producer for a long time, and he's been getting his shine on a lot lately, you know, working with Axe and working with Brother and Chung and other people, and I'm just so happy for him. And, you know, like I said, I mean, all my music in the beginning was entirely produced by him, you know, so because he was definitely very motivating for me and always encouraging me, and I'm always going to be indebted to him for the fact that when I was first coming out, and I still consider myself green, but I was green as shit back then. I'm very indebted to him for telling a lot of people, even when I was green as shit back then, like, you know, hey, watch out for this dude. He's going to do something, and he's going to catch a lot of people off guard. And I'm always going to be indebted to him for that, because he really believed in me when nobody knew who I was, period.
That's dope. Shout out to Bad Mind, 2018 Replicon Radio Producer of the Year award winner, by the way.
He's incredible, and he's still incredible.
Yeah.
Still incredible.
Yeah,
he just did that track with Danny Diablo and Vinny Paz and some other people. They were like that posse cut, and that shit went hard as fuck. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Just so ridiculously good. He's ridiculously good.
That's dope. Yeah, I was going to ask you about your connection with him. And then you guys recently last year, you did the Bad Mind versus Labyrinthine.
Yeah, he told me he wanted to start doing that. You know, he started with Jay Hex, and then he did Jay Reno, my other big brother. I love him to death. I've known Jay Reno just as long as Bad Mind. He's a huge influence on me, and I've recorded a lot with him. But yeah, then he was like, want to do one together, and I'm like, dude, for years I wanted to do a song with Bad Mind, and he was just so disenchanted by the scene at the time. All he wanted to do was produce. He never wanted to record verses ever again. And when I did a mixtape in 2017, he ended up jumping on the song, because it was like, yeah, you've been asking me all these years to do one, let's do one. And you know, eventually he really got back into it the last couple of years, and doing that EP with him was just awesome. You know, he produced the whole thing, and, you know, gave me the songs and said, just, you know, you take control of 3 songs, I'll take control of 3 songs, as in, like, you come up with the hook for these 3, I'll come up with the hook for these 3. We wrote our verses, and I'm very proud of that project, just because it's like I got to do something side by side with my big brother.
Hell yeah, that's dope. If everybody wants to check it out, it's out now. Bad Mind versus Labyrinthine. You can stream it on all the streaming platforms, as well as all the other Bad Mind versus projects that are out there. Super dope.
They're all dope. Jay Hex, the one with Jay Hex and Jay Reno, killed it. They're amazing.
So that's another person I was going to ask you about, was Jay Reno. Obviously, you mentioned him. Obviously, you guys have done a lot of work together as well. You did that project together where he went back to being the sadist again, surrounded by the flames. How did you end up linking up with Jay Reno, and how did that connection all come about?
I actually linked up with Jay Reno because of back in the day with, I don't know if you remember, there was a company called Deviant Productions. It was run by JB, and it mainly had like Jay Reno and B Sinister on it. And Jay Reno was getting ready to do his first solo album, Breaking the Foundation. And they were getting it all together, and I remember JB letting me hear it, and I just was blown away by it. And, you know, I was like, you know, hey, if you need like a co-executive producer to help put the money up to get off the ground, I'd love to put the money up. And he was like, really? You do that? And I was like, absolutely. And I'm still proud of doing that, because, I mean, of course, like, he goes back and listens to it, and he's like, I've made way better stuff since then, you know, stuff like that. And that's how every artist is. You know, your first thing, you're proud of it, but then as you go on to making music, you kind of look back on your first project like, oh, this could have been so much better. But it's undeniable. Yeah, it's undeniable to hear the level of talent he had, and he was 17 years old when he made that album. And I remember being told that, you know, Gangsta Nip heard it and, you know, recommended to Scarface from Ghetto Boys to hear it. And Scarface, you know, hit up, you know, people and was like, yeah, he's got potential and stuff like that. He's like, and they said, well, you know, he's 17, you know, so he's just starting. He was blown away. He's like, he's 17? Like, God damn, you know? So it's like, well, then he's got mad potential then. And that's why I still go back and listen to that record, and I'm proud of it. But I helped put up the money for that. And then when he started working with, you know, Psychopathic, you know, like when he did Tunnel Runners and stuff, you know, we really, really got close then. And then we lost touch for a few years. And then when he finally heard my first EP, he hit me up. He's like, I can't believe this is your first shit, man. Like, this sounds great. I was not expecting this from you. And we've stayed really close since. And of course, it led to us doing an album together when we did Surrounded by Flames back in February of 2019, which we are actually currently working on the follow-up right now. We're doing the second album, and hoping that'll be out in the summer or fall at the latest, because we got such a great response from Surrounded by Flames, especially him, because everyone was all geeked that he was coming back into the horror element. And he's got a new album coming out too called Welcome Home, and I've heard it, and it's a masterpiece. And definitely anybody out there wanting to hear some of the best horrorcore out there, definitely check that out. Jay Reno. It's called Welcome Home. I'm on it. I'm actually on a song with Bad Mind on it called Values. I'm really proud of it. Check it out. It's amazing.
Hell yeah. Isn't that like coming out like this week or something? I don't know. Sometimes it just keeps saying it's coming out real soon. So
yeah, it should be out any day now. I mean, it should. You know as much as me. I mean, personally, like I said, I've heard the record, but I'm still excited. I heard it before it was the final master. Like, I heard it mixed, but I didn't hear it final mastered. And of course, when you really do get new music a year or two down the line, you realize how important mixing and mastering is. Like, it's extremely important. For sure. So I haven't heard the final master yet. So I'm really excited to hear that. So I've been checking the internet every 6 to 12 hours, just like anybody else who's geeked out about it.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. I know, like, you're on there. Bad Mind, Super Famous Fun Time guys are on there. So that's.
Oh yeah, they killed it. They killed it. I did hear that. I did hear. I remember hearing that track and him telling me they were going to get them on there, and I was just like, "Oh man, this is dope." I mean, this is going to be such a good record. And he's got such great people on that record. He's got V Sinister and other people on it. It's just it's amazing.
Hell yeah.
He's got Staples from Bedlam, and he's got Rotten, Rotten making a comeback thanks to Axe, and now Rotten's on the album, so that's as old school as it comes.
There you go. Hell yeah. So look forward to that dropping. It's dope, man. This is cool because, essentially you've been an artist for 3.5 years, which is nothing. But
that's why I still consider myself extremely green. I do not have any ego whatsoever. I'm like, there's people in their 20s or people who've been doing this since they were teenagers who, and a lot of people doing it today in their 20s, man. They're better. They're way better than I could have ever been at their age. So I know I'm coming very late into the game, so I'm doing everything I can do to make up for lost time.
But that's dope. You got you're with really good company, a lot of dope people. You're obviously working, you're putting out all these records, you got collab projects. Like, congrats, man, for real. It's dope. That's a dope.
Yeah, I appreciate
you've accomplished
that so much,
in such a little bit of time.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying my best. That's all I know I can do. And this summer I'm looking to finally start playing live, because that's something I just haven't done yet. And I've just been so overwhelmed by being in the studio, and I think it's just from so many years of just not being able to record. And then, like I said, when you get into it, you can sometimes take to it like a duck to water. And in no way, shape, or form am I comparing myself. I'm just saying I'm trying to use the best example possible. It's like when I think of like when Tupac said, "Oh, I love being in the studio so much." I totally get that now, because you just walk in and it's just such an overwhelmingly creative environment, and you could just realize like, wow, I can make anything I want. It's just, you get overwhelmed by it, and you try to do as much as you can.
For sure. So since we're kind of we just like name dropped all your friends. I wanted to ask you about one more friend, the homeboy Keegan Grimm, your best buddies hanging out in the chat. Shout out to Keegan. But
I love that man. I love that man. I know he's listening to him right now. I know he's probably chilling on his couch right now, and his beautiful wife and daughter are there. He's got a great family, and he's so immensely talented. I love that guy to death. I'm glad he moved up towards my way, because he lives in Ohio now, and he lived in Florida his whole life. So now that he lives in Ohio, me and him have been hanging out a lot. And we recently went to the Super Fun Time Guys show in Indiana, and that was great. Had a good time. And
seen you.
Me and him are really looking forward to making new music together. We're working on an EP right now, and it's produced entirely by Jay Reno, and looking to get it, mixed and mastered, as soon as it's done, and it'll be amazing. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. That's dope. I wonder if Keegan remembers the Super Famous Fun show.
We know a couple people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, God bless him. He's so immensely talented. But I remember him telling me he was getting on stage and he was a little nervous. So I thought I'd have a few drinks, you know. And but I know he had a great time, and I had a great time traveling with him and stuff. I really love that guy to death. Me and him are so similar. I remember when we first linked up, he was like, "Dude, I've never heard anybody sound as visual as me." And I'm like, I know, like both of our styles were so similar. Like we both seem like we tend to be visual, and we don't necessarily do it on purpose. It's just that's our style that we just take to. So that's why I'm really looking forward to doing that project with him, you know.
Hell yeah. It's super dope to see, man, that you're like you said, you're green, you're new to this whole, but you're not. You're new to it as an artist, but you're not new to it. And obviously you're surrounded by good people, talented people, artists, producers. Like, it was almost like somebody was like, bro, what the fuck, why aren't you doing music? Obviously everyone around you is, that's what you're
I'm
supposed
so
to be
indebted
doing.
to the people who do music who really have helped me. Like, you know, I give a lot of credit to Bad Mind, Jay Reno, and Rick Topping. I give them so much credit for really, like, you know, supporting me and being my biggest supporters and encouraging me to do things, and to being able to tell me when I'm doing something right, and also being brutally honest with me if they think I'm not doing something right or I'm doing something wrong and I should try to do this instead, because obviously they have their best interest in me and they want me to succeed. So I appreciate that kind of brutal honesty. I really do.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to all those guys. Backing up a little bit, because I wanted to ask you this, and obviously I mentioned it earlier because I have to say your name slow or I'll fuck it up. Labyrinthine. Where did the name come from? Why? What was it that made you decide? Okay, this is who I'm going to be. I'm going to start doing music. I'm taking it serious. I'm putting my shit out there. This is what I'm calling. This is what it's called.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, before I went in and recorded my first song, The Lonely One, which I am proud of, but if you definitely listen to that song, it's my most safest song ever. My voice is so quiet. I'm so low, but I'm totally in my comfort zone, but I'm being as lyrically anal retentive as I tend to be. So, I mean, I was writing lyrics like that before and kind of rapping them a cappella to people, and especially when I did, you know, was in the middle of writing the verses for Lonely One. I remember my friend telling me, he's like, dude, listening into your stuff is like a maze. It's like I go back and listen to it and I'll hear a bunch of things that I missed, and I'll even hear you rhyme more syllables than I originally realized you rhymed. I didn't realize you were doing that, and how intricate you were being. It's like, it's so maze-like. I don't know anybody else is doing that, and I was really tripped out by that. I was like, thank you. And you know, when I was thinking of a name for myself, I remember, you know, originally saying like, dude, Labyrinthine, because that obviously means maze-like. But I remember hearing that in the UK, they actually pronounce it differently.
You just said obviously that means maze-like, because everybody knows labyrinthine means maze-like.
Well, that's the thing. That's where it comes, because in the UK, they actually pronounce that word labyrinthine. Even though it's spelled that way, they pronounce it that way. And I really like the way they pronounce it over there. And I was like, wow, I actually like that better. And I was like, well, obviously I can't keep this spelled this way because everyone's going to do it. So I was like, I'll just try to do it. I'll try to re-spell it, but I'll spell it out the way I hopefully want people to pronounce it. So I spelled it out the way that I like it pronounced, labyrinthine. But I know people still read it on paper, or, you know, hear it and they tend to say labyrinth or labyrinthine, or, you know, because we're, as Americans, you know, we were taught to pronounce this word a certain way, like other words. You know, it doesn't matter if it's spelled differently. We're
because it's
dialed
one of my
into
fucking favorite movies. That's why.
but you know, my friend actually told me, he's like, bro, I'm sorry, you got Tomb Raider syndrome. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, Tomb Raider syndrome. Her name is Lara Croft. It's spelled Lara, but everyone calls her Laura Croft, and they can't help it. It's how we pronounce stuff. So I don't hate on it, but I mean, I remember my one friend telling me, he was like, dude, you're just gonna have to try to maybe start saying your name in your raps more. And I didn't really want to do that so much because I thought that was a little too egotistical. But he's like, no, just say it every so often, and then hopefully people will catch on that that's how it's pronounced. But it's who I am, and it's who I'm proud to be, and I'm really proud to make music under that name, and it really does represent who I am. And I think with any artist, when you find that name that you identify with, it really does give you that driving force.
Oh, for sure. That's dope. I didn't realize that so Labyrinth is actually pronounced Labyrinthine, and then you just spelled it the way that you preferred it to be pronounced.
Yeah, because obviously it's not spelled that way. It's just I spell my name the way I want it pronounced. But of course, the I on the end is long, but it's not like I could put like the long little like thing above the I. I was like, I'm not doing that, because I know if I did that, a lot more people would catch on to it. So anytime somebody tries to ask me, they're like this, I'm like, just think about saying cyanide. Just cyanide, labyrinthine, kind of same thing. So that's what I try to tell people when I'm talking to them online or whatever. But when I talk to them in person like this, it's like, they're like, oh, that's how you say your name. So
it's funny.
I'm like, yeah.
Like as soon as you told me, I see it. But before you told me, I didn't even see it. It was just labyrinth. Like I didn't. Like the spelling difference.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I didn't even pick it up until it. But now it's all I see. I'm like, oh, duh, that's clearly what it says. But
straight up Tomb Raider syndrome.
For sure. That's what's up there. Hell yeah. What else I got here? I got a few more things. Obviously, I want to talk about the projects and stuff. Fog Shrouded Tavern. What? Yes. What's that? What's this?
This is it's my brand. It's really what, if you want to talk about the representation of my music, it's, I'm very visual, I know, as a lyricist, but I've always been a visual person in my head. And, especially when you're a kid, you tend to like, when you find something that you identify with, you kind of retreat into your own world. So, it's like when people get into horror movies, they find themselves collecting a bunch of horror movies and decorating the room and watching them all the time. It's the same thing with me in music and movies and books. Like I read a lot and stuff. And, when you kind of go into your own world, you find yourself, you find yourself having dreams that, are definitely influenced by all those subconsciously. And there's a lot of times where I dreamed I was in a tavern and I didn't know how I got there or why I was there, and I didn't recognize anybody, but I just remember feeling certain ways. So when I do my music, I brand it, Fog Shrouded Tavern, which could potentially be an official record label, but as of right now, it's just my brand, and it's the representation of the world I live in inside my head.
I gotcha. Dope. Hell yeah. So yeah, I just know all your releases and stuff come out of that. So it definitely has the potential to become something more in the future, because we're just new. We're just getting started. We're only 3.5 years in.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, I still consider myself green. I was green as shit back then, but I feel like I'm making progress. So I'm just trying to stay humble and trying to learn as much as I can and soak up as much as I can,
Absolutely. You're a darker shade of green. Turn it into whatever the next color is. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it'll turn into money. That would be nice.
Right? Hell yeah. So with
as a shade of green, I wouldn't mind staying forever.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. So obviously we mentioned a bunch of projects you've already released, and then just a week ago we got the newest Pennsylvania Gothic EP, which is out right now.
Yep.
Tell everybody about that project. Like, is there something specific about this EP that you want people to know about, or a certain sound? It's great. Everyone should listen to it for sure.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm really flattered by that. Basically, end of 2017, I had done an EP called Autumn Blooded, which I'm very proud of. But at the time, like most people, you're going to look back on your stuff and be like, this could have been made better, or it could have been mixed and mastered better, and, things like that. And you kind of realize those are things you shouldn't rush. If you really want something to sound great, you really got to take your time with it. When 2018 came around, I remember I was telling a couple people. I was telling Rick, I was telling Badline, I remember I was telling Frankie from Monster Dolls. I was like, you know what, I need to really sit and really, make something that I'm really proud of and really put as much time and effort to it as I can. And originally it was meant to be an LP, and it was under a different name, but I was really recording it in parts over that 2-year period. And I was putting a lot of time and effort into it, but there was just a lot of instances that came up where I couldn't go to the studio for periods of time, and that's really what took so long. So I decided to take the 6 best songs on the project and, really make them of their own. And I had done a photo shoot with Matt Mosier, great photographer. And, he had done that shot with me, and I really, was kind of blown away by that picture. And I remember taking it to Jay Reno and thinking, you think I should use this as a cover? And he's like, yeah, it'd be fucking dope. And what had actually happened is as crazy as it sounds, I remember Static X was getting back together. They were getting with their new singer, and they were going to pay tribute to Wayne Static, and they were going on tour promoting Wisconsin Death Trip. And I remember when that album came out, it was such a huge impact on me, and I loved it. And I kind of found myself revisiting and listening to it, and then kind of going online and refamiliarizing myself with the history. And, seeing that interview with Wayne Static when he talked about when he named that album, he took the title from an out-of-print book that they really liked, that had been out of print for years. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, maybe I could do something like that. And I'm a kind of person where I read a lot. I'm definitely a bibliophile. I read a lot, and I collect a lot of books. And I remember this one book in my collection, I stumbled across an old 70s paperback of these 2 short stories, and I literally bought them just based on the title. One was called The Blacking Factory, and the other one was called Pennsylvania Gothic. And originally I thought that could be a good song title, but when I saw that and I put all that stuff together in my head, I was like, what, I'm going to put these songs together. I'm going to call it, use this art, I'm going to call it Pennsylvania Gothic, and went through it and, had the songs mixed and mastered and put it all together. And I just, put it out recently, and all I hoped was, hey, I hope when people hear this, they like it, and they recognize that, hey, this guy takes this shit seriously. Obviously he's not doing it for the money. This is not necessarily a genre of music where you're known to make a full-time living doing. So clearly, he put a lot of time and effort into this, and he's doing it because he loves it. It's not because he thinks he's going to have any financial gain from it. And so far, that's the response I've gotten, and it's been so flattering and overwhelming. And I'm just so glad that so many people have hit me up about it and tell me they like it, and telling me specifically what songs they like the most. It just, it's really flattering, and I'm just so happy it's done so well so far.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, it's super dope, man. If you guys haven't heard it, definitely check it out. We'll play some afterward, but I definitely want everybody to go stream it.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Do you have I should know this, but I don't think I do. Do you have physical copies or anything like that available?
This is going to be my first project that's going to have physical copies. Up until that point, I put my music out for free. Like for that whole 3.5 year period, every bit of music I did, I put up for free on my Bandcamp page. And I would just say to people, hey, here you go, free horrorcore, and it's not no half-ass shit. It's not nothing recorded, in 5 minutes on a Radio Shack mic in a basement. It's done out of love because I love the genre, and all I want to do is contribute to it. So I was putting out everything for free up until that point, but this project is getting hard copies. Like I said, I'm looking to start doing live shows over the summer and into the fall. And, I was like, what? I know everybody streams and download stuff anymore, but I was like, what? I've never pressed up any physical copies of anything yet, so I think this one project is due for it. So it is coming. It's getting CD and it's getting cassette and vinyl, and I'm going to be having them at all of my live shows. And I know there's still a demand for some people out there. There are collectors out there, and they like their physical copies. So I'm due to put out one. So
hell yeah, that's super dope. So that's something to look forward to. Now, was Pennsylvania Gothic, was that, I know you said it was originally for something else, was these tracks originally recorded for the Occult Detective album that you were working on?
No, the Occult Detective, that's actually a mixtape that I recorded last year. It was supposed to come out last year, but, due to a bunch of unforeseen circumstances, it hasn't come out yet. But that was a mixtape that I did with Jay Reno, top to bottom, where I guess you would refer to as an album quality mixtape. But we definitely took the same approach. Someone would take like a DJ Drama would do a Gangsta Grill, that kind of approach. And, that should hopefully see the light of day soon. I know when like I said, I see Reno again and we hit the bunker, we're going to be, finishing up working on our follow-up LP, and I'll be looking to go over Occult Detective again and get that out for people, because yeah, it's a mixtape. It's not a full-blown album. But yeah, no, these songs were actually originally recorded for an album of a different title. Okay. And like I said, there was going to be 10 of them. But, you know, like I said, I just figured I'd take the 6 strongest ones. And, you know, for people who did hear them all, they said, you know, you definitely picked the best ones. You picked the 6 best ones, and they all run together, and they all more or less tell a story, and they all run in a certain way where if you really listen to the lyrics, you can understand why they're in the order they're in. So, you know, I'm proud of it regardless. It took way too long, but it was definitely a learning experience for me, because obviously my next project, I've learned from my mistakes. So it's not going to take 2 years for me to do another EP. You know, I'm actually looking to have another EP out before Halloween. So, and I got plenty of downtime to make sure I ensure that happens, you know, with this lockdown and everything.
So that's the Autumn Blooded 2, Harvest of the Souls?
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah, that's the follow-up to Autumn Blooded. I'm proud of Autumn Blooded, I really am, but like most people, you're like, I could have done this way better. So everything I learned from Pennsylvania Gothic, I want to put into making Autumn Blooded 2. And there's still people who tell me they like listening to that because it puts them in that fall zone, and I'm a very fall-obsessed person, and I'm like, that's exactly why I made it. So if you love, not only if you love horrorcore, but if you love fall and everything about that season and that time of year, you know, that's the kind of music I like making. So I'm looking to follow it up and do even better.
Hell yeah, that's dope. So everyone that's learning about you now and checking out Pennsylvania Gothic and loving it, they only have to wait a few more months for some new shit to drop. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, about 6-7 months, I'd say, because I want to have it out before Halloween. I'd like to have it out beginning of October. But obviously, you know, we're playing everything by ear right now, you know, with this lockdown and everything, and rightfully so, because I want to make sure everybody stays healthy and everything. Plus, I got like 4 music videos I'm plotting out right now, but obviously I can't start working on them until, you know, all this dies down. Sure. I'm planning on doing 2 more videos with Low Key and doing 2 more videos with this other great director from Pittsburgh, Mark Cantu, and, you know, looking to do a couple more. You know, I'm trying to crank out more visuals, because that's what I tried to do last year. The end of last year, I was like, wow, I've been making music for so long, I need to start cranking out some videos. So I did 3 videos last year, which I'm really proud of, but I want to crank out more this year.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Yeah, and I was going to mention that. I know you got the Under a Dark Sky video, which was, I guess, technically an unreleased track still, like, except for the video, right?
Yeah, that's off Occult Detective. Yeah. That's off the mixtape.
So there you
that
go.
And Electric Pentagram. And then I did And They Will Know Now, which was the first single. I did that back in, I put that out at the end of July of last year. So that was long overdue to get an official release. I mean, I released it as a single on iTunes, but, you know, I was glad to finally have it out on Pennsylvania Gothic.
Dope. Hell yeah. Keegan says release that shit, man.
Release what shit?
I don't know. Probably the
Occult Detective he's probably talking about. Yeah. I know Bad Mind feels the same way, because Bad Mind, when I did Electric Pentagram, Bad Mind hit me up and he said, motherfucker, this is the dopest shit. I'm like, really? I've been making all these songs all these years, and this one you like the most? He's like, I love it. And I'm like, well, I'm really proud that you love it. So, you know, that's on Occult Detective too, and I want to get that out this year. I really do. I just got to link up with my brother my brother Jay Reno, and, you know, we just got to, you know, tighten it up. You know, it's basically like 95% done. It just needs some other stuff, and like I said, there's just some unforeseeable circumstances that have happened over the past 6-7 months, which is why it didn't come out. But it's going to come out, and it's going to come out the right way. I wasn't about to throw it out there half-assed. That's all. I don't want to throw anything out half-assed anymore. And it's not to say that I didn't do things on purpose half-assed. It's just at the time I didn't realize, hey, you should take your time more with this so you make sure it sounds better. You know,
for sure. Absolutely.
Because it's something you learn. You really do learn how important mixing and mastering is. Yeah, I mean, you don't learn how important mixing and mastering is until you spend like a good couple years in it. You really learn how important it is.
Yeah, you hear the difference in yourself. For sure, I could see that.
Anybody out there aspiring to do that, I mean, yeah, you're probably not going to pick it up right away, but just try to remind yourself that mixing and mastering is really, really important. You can have the greatest beats in the world, the greatest chorus, lyrics, all that, but if you don't have good mixing and mastering, it can kill it. It can really take so much away from its impact. So really realize it's worth the time, the effort, and the money, and anything you put into it to make sure your project sounds that good, so hopefully anybody out there does the same thing.
For sure. I'm going to go back to the chat for a minute. They had a couple questions. Going back to the beginning when we mentioned the jug thing, he said, Steel City in the chat it says the empty jug instrument, that you should know what he's talking about.
Did you blow on a jug?
I swear to God, I am not lying. I really don't remember. I don't know what that is. It may have been a time where I was on a camping trip with them, and I got really ridiculously, I don't recall ever playing a jug. I really don't. I remember one camping trip I got ridiculously wasted, and I got wasted because I was camping with Rick and a bunch of other people, and I accidentally left the bed of his truck down, and one of his cases was back there, and he lost it. When the truck drove away, it fell out of the back, and he lost a bunch of rear shirts, and I felt so guilty about it. And I remember just trying to say I was sorry, and he's like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, I felt like I needed to punish myself, so I just got so ridiculously wasted. And there's a lot of things apparently that happened while I was wasted that I really don't remember. And it was like the last time I was ever blackout drunk, and of course, it made me never want to get blackout drunk again because I literally had no idea what I could have done. But I really have no memory of a jug or anything like that. So I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not fucking around. I'm not bullshitting. I really just don't know what he's talking about.
I probably played a jug before too and don't remember. Hell. Let's see. Steel City Dahmer's coming with all the questions, man. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any here. Where are we at? Sorry, I'm trying to back up. Would you ever do a song about the haunted house on Brownsville Road?
Oh, God.
First of all, what the hell? What's that? Is that is it famous or something?
Well, this is conflicting. This is a little conflicting when I put it this way. I know the family who moved into the house. It is a house that's on Brownsville Road. I knew the family, and I knew a lot of the members. They claimed a few years ago that there was a book that came out. It was called The Demon House on Brownsville, and they claimed all this horrible stuff happened. And personally, I never heard anything about it. Nobody ever told me about it. None of them ever told me about it. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm watching, Prozac's Haunting in the Heartland show, and I really like that show. I'm really enjoying it. But like most people who watch paranormal shows, and I'm very much into the paranormal, and I'm very open-minded to shit. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't hear anything about it. So when the book came out, I didn't know if it was like really, really factual. But you know what? It's not my place to know. Yeah. So for all I know, it may be true, it might not be true, but I don't know. That never even occurred to me. So I shout out Brownsville Road a lot in my songs and my records because Brownsville Road's a big road that goes through the whole South Hills of Pittsburgh and goes to Route 51, which connects to a lot of places. So I'm always shouting out Brownsville Road every once in a while in songs. But no, that never occurred to me. That never occurred to me to talk about that house.
So maybe now it's going to be in the back of your mind. He's going to say some shit about it.
I'm sure maybe I'd do something based on it. Because it's like when I did Fall Haven Lodge, like this, I did a song for Devil's Night 2018 compilation called Fall Haven Lodge. That wasn't based on an actual, it was based on a hotel that I stayed at just north of the Gathering back in 2018 called Cherry Valley Lodge. And it had like this old interior kind of place to it, and it was very almost empty place. And I actually went back there a couple months later, and it had like over 100 rooms, and I was like one of only 8 people staying there. So while I was writing that song, sometimes I put the beat on and I would just walk around the hallways in the room, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know, this place is like dead empty, and it was like freaking me out sometimes. So that's where that song came from. So most of the songs where I'll base on a real place, I'll kind of like rename them, and you don't really realize I'm talking about them unless I tell you. Yeah. But I don't know, who knows? Maybe I'll secretly reference that house in some way and you can catch on to it, because I never like to be blatant. I kind of like to be intricate and kind of like leave things open to interpretation. For you know, that's just part of my style.
That's dope though. Yeah. Like it's like you know, fiction based on reality, or reality, or the names have been changed to protect their identity.
Yeah, art imitating life.
Yeah, that's dope.
Art imitating life. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Names changed to protect, because, you know, growing up watching all those shows in the 90s, like FBI Files and everything, you know, it's like the names have been changed to protect the innocent. So that's a good way to put it.
That's dope. What else we got here? Do you think Black Market body parts will play a show? I don't know what that is.
Black Market Body Parts, I love. That's Rick Topping's group.
Okay.
That's the group he really got known for in Pittsburgh. They were notorious in the metal scene here. And they were also notorious because they only did one little 4-track EP, and everyone was always telling them, do an album, and it just never happened, you know. But they were a band that was really well known in the Pittsburgh scene, and Rick's such a phenomenal singer. He does the death metal scream, like, you know, that oh kind of stuff, but he can also really sing too. So, you know, we did a song together on my mixtape, and it did well. And when I was doing And They Will Know Now, I was telling him, I'm like, dude, I think we can top it. I really think we could top that song. And I went over his house with the beat and the guitar that Matt Short played on it, and we came up with the chorus, and then I brought him with me to my studio, and we just had a blast recording it, and I'm very proud of it. I really am. So I'm glad I got to do that song with him, because like I said, I wouldn't be making music if it wasn't for his help too. So I'm very indebted to him for that.
Hell yeah. Well, there you go, Steel City Dahmer. He's why don't you just ask Rick? He was in the chat room, Steel City. I don't know why you're asking. Why are you asking this guy about somebody else's band?
Oh, Rick's in the chat room. What's up, brother?
There he was. Hell yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Heather,
I want to say that to Rick. I hope your family's doing all right too. I hope your wife and kids doing all right, man. I mean, like I said, this lockdown's crazy. So
for sure, everybody stay safe. Heather says you're such a great storyteller, and she wants to know if you've ever thought about writing a novel.
That's actually very, very creepy that she's asking that, because, you know, they just I remember they said the lockdown was supposed to be until April 9th, so April 10th they were going to have things open again, but then they said they're going to extend it now to April 30th. So that's like a whole nother month of like 4 weeks people being on lockdown. And I thought, you know, people for years have been telling me that I should write a story, because they said, you know, you're so used to writing stories in, you know, hip-hop form where you have to rhyme. Just imagine if you tried to write a story where you weren't restricted to rhyming, you know. So a lot of people were telling me to do that, and I've been thinking about doing it. So who knows? April might be the month that I sit down and say, fuck it, why not? You know, I got time.
Oh, shit, there you go.
So it might happen.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Heather, though. Heather's the shit, you know. Wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this interview with you right now, so shout out to her.
Shout out to Heather. Hell yeah. Everybody there, blah, 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 blah. Sorry. All right. Well, let's see. Steel City's other question is kind of similar to my last question. If anybody else has any questions, put them in the chat, either on YouTube or on repliconradio.com. We have chat rooms on both spots, and we're live in both places, double live. Steel City wants to know what your top 3 horror movies are.
My top 3 horror movies. That's always such a tough question. But I will say this: one of my favorite horror movie of all time, I probably would say, would be Phantasm. I love Halloween. I like Michael Myers a lot, but for some reason, it's just, you know, I've always been a Phantasm guy. I love the theme music and the story and everything. And I remember seeing that movie as a little kid, like being a 13-year-old kid doing all this crazy stuff, you know, driving hot rods and shooting guns and battling otherworldly creatures. And I always loved that movie. I always thought it was a great movie. And my other favorite would probably be The Changeling from 1980 with George C. Scott. That's still, in my opinion, one of the best ghost story horror movies ever made. It's just still creepy and chilling today.
What is it called?
Third one is The Changeling, from 1980 with George C. Scott. It's hands down one of the absolute best ghost story horror films ever made. It's just if you like your old stuff, it's really chilling, and it's so well done. But yeah, I would say that. I'd say Phantasm, and let me see. I guess I probably would say Hellraiser. Probably would say Hellraiser. That's another movie that just, genuinely, overwhelmingly scary. And I love Evil Dead, too. I almost thought of saying Evil Dead, but I don't know what it is. For some reason, Hellraiser, I guess.
Hell yeah. That's dope. Yeah, I'm not a super horror guy, but I've never considered Evil Dead a horror movie. I always considered it a comedy, even though technically it's a horror, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Well, that very first one, I remember I saw that very first one when I was like 11 years old, and some of the shit in that movie scared the shit out of me. And I sometimes go back and watch it and remember, like, man, I should have not seen this when I was 11 years old, because there's some really freaky shit, especially back then. That was 1995, that was before the internet and all this stuff, and people became desensitized now and things like that, Music, books, movies, they all had more of a mystique to them because you didn't know how they were made or whatever. So that first Evil Dead movie, man, that would fuck you up back in the day.
Yeah, no, I still remember what the fuck, God, what the Serpent and the Rainbow movie. I saw that when I was a kid.
Oh, that's a great one.
Fuck that.
That's
shit.
a great one, though. That's a great one. Oh, actually, I'm kind of saying, because another thing someone was gonna, I know someone probably would have said, like, one of my favorite movies of all time, one of my absolute top 10 favorites is Angel Heart, and that's a movie you could either say is a horror or it's more psychological or it's a thriller. I didn't really consider it full blown horror. I consider it more psychological, but I know what you mean. Like some of those movies, it's like they technically fall under horror, but when you think of someone says your top 3 favorite horror movies, you tend to think full blown horror, so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
Movies that just scare the shit out of you. And Serpent and Rainbow is the shit, man. That's awesome. You like that one? Yeah. Or you liked it, or you're actually
I didn't yet. I remember because
you still don't like it.
No, I won't. I still won't watch it. I won't watch it as an adult. It's probably not even shit anymore. But I
referenced that in one of my songs on the song "On the Warpath." I name dropped Serpent in the Rainbow on there, and I remember some people hearing it be like, Serpent in the Rainbow. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's a great movie.
Like I feel like I've seen like it was on something somewhere, and I watched part of it as an adult. And I was like, nope, nope, I'm just not even going to do it. And I don't think
that's how my ex was with the Exorcist movie. She saw the Exorcist when she was like 7 years old, which is way too young to see the Exorcist.
Yeah.
So she said ever since then she could never watch it. It fucked her up too much, because I get it. It's like a psychological thing. It takes you back to being a kid, and all of a sudden it unearths all this trauma that you potentially have in your brain.
Yeah, it's the same. Like same with like the like I mentioned earlier, Labyrinth, the movie. I love that movie. It's fucking amazing. If it came out today, it would be trash, but I still love it because I loved it then, so it's still just as amazing. That thing scared the shit out of me, so it's still
you saw a lot of great movies in the 80s.
Oh,
the 80s was a great time. There was a lot of great 80s movies, A lot of great 80s, a lot of great 90s movies.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, these people are fucking making me laugh. Yes, movies about rainbows are not dope. It's true. He's giving me shit because I say that's dope too much, apparently.
That's too funny, man.
That's awesome.
The movies about rainbows are not dope.
Not dope. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah,
I'm really
that's
thinking
dope.
about that now. I'm going to be thinking about that from now on. Movies with rainbows in it are not dope.
They're not, especially when they're not with serpents. Now my head's going to like horror movies as a kid. Really, there's really only two horror movies that stand out to me from when I was like, well, no, actually there's 3, but I don't remember the third one's name. Or no, yeah, dude, it was all Stephen King shit. It was fucking Cat's Eye or whatever.
Oh, God, yeah.
That shit fucked me up, that little thing. And then Silver Bullet, which I watched as an adult, and I didn't understand why I loved it so much. But when I was a kid, I thought it was amazing. But I rewatched
Corey
that. And I
Haim
was
was in it. You know, at the time, Corey Haim, anything he was in,
That could have been
like,
what it was.
yeah. Yeah, because it was like Corey Haim, so it was just automatically, like, dope at the time. A lot of people don't know if you didn't grow up at that time. There was a lot of movies that kid was in where even if the movie was really bad, if you stumbled on it on TV, you'd watch it beginning to end just because it was fucking Corey Haim.
Both Corys, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, both Corys.
Absolutely.
How can you not like Lost Boys? I mean,
yes,
utter classic.
Lost Boys is amazing. Is that considered a horror movie? If that's considered a horror movie, it's probably in my top 3.
I think it technically is. It technically is considered a horror movie because it's vampires and there's a lot of shit in there that scares you, especially if you were a kid, you know, in the early 90s or 80s and you watched it for the first time. I guarantee it freaked you out.
It's actually in the horror section of the Fire Sticks.
Yeah, I figured it would be. Yeah. It's weird because I guess it's kind of, it has moments, but it's not really. It's just a great movie. Yeah, that would probably be. If I had a list, that would probably be in my list because I like it.
Absolutely.
I don't like scary movies that actually frighten me, which I guess technically should make them a good scary movie. I don't like those.
Yeah, I know it's a double-edged sword.
It doesn't happen very often now that I'm older, or I just don't watch them.
I love when it happens though, because it's hard to do nowadays, especially with, it's like even younger kids. You know, they're desensitized because thanks to the internet and people knowing how things are made, you could jump on YouTube real quick and see the making of on something. They don't have the mystique that they had back then, so it's like it's hard to explain to people like when you didn't know how things were made, or that the mystique really like freaked you out even more.
Absolutely.
You know, you had more of an impact.
Absolutely. I'm gonna watch Lost Boys. Damn it. Shit. Anyway.
It'd be better to watch it on VHS too. There's some movies that I actually still watch, even if I haven't seen them on DVD or in HD. Sometimes I'll go back and watch them on VHS just because it's like, that was the first time you saw them, so they kind of are cooler to watch that way.
Get the little grainier and little like it's like movie vintage basically. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Steel City keeps asking me, what is your favorite record store in Pittsburgh? For everyone in the world that's nowhere near Pittsburgh and can't go anywhere.
Oh man. Well, I feel really, really, really guilty because I can't remember what it was called. There was one music store in Pittsburgh that's like infamous, and it's been closed for so many years now, but it was amazing. It was the store in the North Hills on the other side of McKnight Road. I mean, they had millions of records, and it was like all underground stuff. Like if you could imagine being like into horrorcore or horrorcore.com, you'd be tripped out going into the store because you'd see some records that you had just heard about on the internet or couldn't find anywhere, or even couldn't find them on eBay or anything, and you'd walk in and be like, holy shit. It's like traveling back in time. So that was like my favorite record store for years, and I feel really, really guilty. I can't remember what they were called, but Dave's Music Mine here is really cool, but it's sad. Most of the mom and pop shops are really disappearing, and it's sad. So there's a chain of stores here in Pittsburgh called The Exchange. I don't know if you have them where you are, but that's where a lot of people tend to get their physical copies from, especially their underground used copies and stuff. So I don't know. I just don't have that one defining record store aside from that place. And like I said, I feel guilty. I don't remember what it was called.
Hey, it's all good. That's dope. That's dope. Saying it again.
That's dope.
That's dope. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So
movies with rainbows are not dope.
But reading Rainbow was dope, right?
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. If you're in your 30s right now and you don't know what Reading Rainbow was as a kid, it's like you were living under a fucking rock.
Hell yeah.
I remember being in 5th and 6th grade, and you get a book report. You didn't write the book report. You just went home and watched Wishbone, and then you wrote your report based on that. You never read the fucking book. You just went home and watched Wishbone.
There you go. Record was it?
If you don't know what that is, look that up. Look that up on YouTube. You get a kick out of how cheesy that shit was back in the day. You had a talking dog telling you about stories.
That's what we need.
In a 20-minute time limit.
Oh, we have a talking dinosaur. Record. Steel City says Record Rama.
Record Rama. Oh my God. Steel City. Thank you for that, man. Record Rama. Oh my God. God. I'm getting all nostalgic now thinking about that place, man. That place was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Sweet. Let's see. Okay, well, I got one more question for you, bro. We asked all of our guests the same shit because we're completely unoriginal and we like to hear their answers. But essentially, you got 3 records, 3 albums that either inspired you as a person, as a man. Maybe it's a one you put on when you're sad and you go in the car and cry, or that guilty pleasure, just whatever it may be. There's 3 records that
get in the car and cry.
That you just could not live without. Or say you were quarantined because of a crazy pandemic and you can only take 3 albums. What would they be?
Sorry. This is the way you put it. Honestly, if I gotta say one of the biggest ones, are you saying like influencing me as a person or influencing me as an artist?
Yes.
Which one?
The answer to both of those questions is yes.
Oh,
just
so
you.
basically just period.
Yeah. Ben.
I would say, well, like I said, everybody's different. You know, everybody has their own records, so I'm anticipating people are going to hear these and be like, I have no idea what they are, or really, that's it. But one of my biggest records that really influences me the most to this day as an artist and a person is an album by a group called Blue Sky Black Death. They did an album with this rapper associated with the Wu-Tang Clan known as the Holocaust. He also went by War Cloud. They did this record on Baby Grand, which was the label Jedi Mind Tricks was on for so many years. It's called Blue Sky Black Death Presents the Holocaust, and that record still to this day influences my music and me as a person. And a lot of times, especially during the fall, I like to just put my headphones on and listen to it and walk and just lose myself in being alone and listening to that music. So that album's been a huge influence on me. Second would definitely be Still Waters by a group called Graveyard Shift. They were associated with Bone. And East 1999 Eternal is still a huge influence on me. It really is. It's one of my biggest influences. But, you know, when I heard Graveyard Shift on the Motha compilation, I was just blown away by them because they were so different. And then hearing a couple years later, I mean, God rest his soul, Paul Tombstone O'Neill, you know, that album was going to come out, but he got killed in a drive-by in Cleveland. So that album didn't come out for years. And finally the producer, I think, just illegally said, fuck it, you know, because he was so proud of that album. He just took the album and he leaked it on the internet. And I remember first time I heard that album, to this day, I still listen to that album and get chills. It's called Still Waters by Graveyard Shift. That's a huge, huge influence on me to this day. And I don't know, like third record, that's so tough. Like I said, you get to only pick 3. I'm really, really thinking about it.
Britney Spears.
I probably would say the first most tasteless version of Twisted. I'd say Twisted's most tasteless, the very first version, because I remember hearing that and just being kind of blown away by it. And I'm not saying that second version isn't awesome, the re-release with all those new songs and stuff, it's great, but just something about that first one, it was so underground and so crazy and so dope and didn't sound like anything else anyone was doing. And, you know, I don't know, I would say that. So I would say Blue Sky Black Death Presents the Holocaust, Still Waters by Graveyard Shift, and the original Most Tasteless by Twisted.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's a good little mix. And you put all that shit in a blender and you get Labyrinthine. There it is. See, that's how that shit.
Oh, wow. I never thought of it that way, man.
That's how you make
Thank
that.
you, brother.
That's how you create that shit.
Yeah, you definitely are getting well at warming my heart right now. So from this day forth, you will always have a special place in my heart, Pete.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, you will always have a special place in my heart, as well as a family right here at Replicon Radio, because now that you're here, you're part of the family, and you're always welcome back.
Oh, so. Mad shout out to Replicon Radio. Y'all guys are the shit, and you're doing so much to promote a lot. I mean, there's other people out there that are promoting music in the scene, but in my opinion, they're not really dedicating themselves to the real underground shit. You guys are definitely dedicated to the underground shit, the independent shit, the made type shit. And I have a tremendous respect for you guys and what you're doing. You're incredible at it.
And we appreciate it. We're trying, man. We're trying our best. We're fans first, but we want people to know, we want to spread the love, and we're learning along the way as well, and I love it. So
Faux show.
Yeah, man. Straight up, Replicon Radio is the absolute shit. I'm going to be telling people about that as much as I can.
Yay. Subscribe. Thanks, man.
I heard that enthusiastic yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
So Pennsylvania Gothic EP is out right now. We got Autumn Blooded 2 to look forward in September, October. Who knows if Occult Detective might drop sometime as well. Who knows what else is going to happen now that we're all quarantined. Just music. Tell everybody where they can follow you, stay in touch with you. Look forward to those CDs, cassettes, and vinyls dropping when they do, so they don't miss out. Let them know where everything goes down, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I go by Labyrinthine Rap, LABRYNTHINE Rap. I also got my YouTube channel where I got some videos and singles on there, and I'm looking to crank out more videos and singles on there in 2020. I have my official website, labyrinthine.com. But like I said, yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Don't ever hesitate to hit me up. I'm always glad to talk to people, and I'm always glad to get any kind of feedback I can from my music. So hopefully I can take that feedback and, use it as fuel to make even better music in the future.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, man. Well, we look forward to hearing it and seeing it and playing it and all that awesome stuff. You got any shout outs or anybody want to shout out or any last words before?
Yeah. If I could just have a minute and shout out some people. Of course, shout out to my big brothers, Bad Mind and Jay Reno, and also Jay Hacks. Wouldn't be making music. You guys, do so much for me, and you continue to do. My boy, my soon becoming official blood brother, Keegan Graham. Love you to death. Shout out Midnight Society. Chad up in Windsor. Got to give a shout out to Macaulay and Mike at Mackie Music Group for, opening their arms and their studio to me and really allowing me to come in there. And I've been making them pretty much a majority of all my music there the last couple of years, and they've been a huge help. My cousin Holly. Shout out to Heather for, letting me get a part on Replicon. Lisa and Matt Tillman. Up in Cleveland, Rick Topping, Zosha West, who's on my EP, and her group, Raina Z. Shout out to them, and also shout out to my favorite cousin, Frankie Von Dahl, and the rest of the Monster Dolls. I love all them so much, and also shout out to just the Wicked Underground in general, and also Low-Key and Shy One. Shout out to Low-Key. We're going to be killing shit with some new videos, and shout out to Shy One, too, because he put out one of the best horrorcore records that's been overdue for a long ass time, and he fucking killed it, man. That just thank God that dude came back, because it was long overdue. So shout out to all them, man.
Absolutely. Welcome back, Shy One.
Amen to that.
Shy 316 or whatever the heck it is. Shy One.
Yeah, people will catch on to how he once said too, He's going to be getting into shows too. He says he's looking to perform live this summer too. So I told him, I was like, man, I hope you and me end up on the same show sometime.
Hell yeah.
And also, you know what? Shout out
him to Texas. So hell yeah.
Yeah, and shout out also one last thing. Shout out to Voodoo, So Sick Social Club. They're getting ready to drop their new record on April 1st, and they've been gone for a long time in a minute. And so shout out to him, and he's a really good dude. And that's all I can say, man. And I've just really appreciated the time and you having me on your show, man. I really have.
We appreciate you, man, and thank you for blessing us with your first ever interview, and hopefully not the last, man.
Yeah, man. I can't thank you enough, man. It's been great. You guys are great people.
History in the making.
But I do know I got to learn TikTok now. I'm definitely I really got to learn that shit.
I guess we're all.
I got to get with the times. I got to get with these young people, man, because I'm turning 36 in May. So it's like I'm an old ass man, So I got to get acquainted with this new shit.
I feel you, man. Hell yeah. Well, much love, bro. We're gonna take a break. For everybody listening, if you're on YouTube, the YouTube channel is gonna freeze because we don't play music on YouTube. So if you want to head on over to repliconradio.com, we got a whole playlist of Labyrinthine for you guys to enjoy. We will be back after the break, so you stay tuned for that. For all the people that just tuned in for the interview, next week on the show, we got the homeboy Big Poe. So make sure you check that out. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. And we're gonna take a break. So if you see the screen pause over on YouTube, we will be back, or just head on over to the website. Boom. What up? Hey, what's up, Big Roo?
Well, that was wild and obnoxious. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Big Roo? We're back.
Yeah, I hear that.
I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation with Labyrinthine. It was dope.
AKA Butters. Butters.
It was dope. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. And if you're listening on YouTube, there's you should go check out the replay on Spotify or iTunes or iHeartRadio or Stitcher or anywhere you listen to podcasts, as well as repliconradio.com. And you can check out the replay and enjoy the music break that we just took.
You can always check out the replays.
Labyrinth as well. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well so you don't miss out on any of the action. Faux show. And if you missed it again next Monday on the show, we got Big Poe. That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope.
I guess I'll stay home next week. Can't have too many big people in here.
Just stay home every week.
It's gonna get real big in here.
Get real big. His name is almost your name.
Almost.
If you add a line to that P, he could be Big Bro. And then all he needs another O.
Think he's trying to copy me?
I don't think so.
Not one bit.
Are you a barefoot country rapper?
I mean,
dude's dope though. It's funny. I'm not gonna
know
lie
about my southern twang.
Obviously, we'll talk about it more next week with him. But
yes,
I met him. I had never heard of him. He's way bigger than I thought.
I've actually heard of him.
Well, I was saying like I had previously never, or maybe I did, and I just didn't recollect. Like I just didn't catch on.
I know I've heard of him.
But when I went on my my little solo birthday trip, and I went to somewhere in the middle of Illinois to hang out with Rehab on my way to Twistmas, he was out with Rehab doing like a handful of shows with Rehab. So I'm just there kicking it with Rehab because they're my friends now, which is dope. Shout out to fucking Jericho and Danny and the other guys, Taylor and them. But I met there, and Jericho was going on and on. He's like, dude, this dude's dope. We love this dude. He's done some shows with us before, so we brought him back out. He's barefoot. It cracks me up, but he was really good. And then I looked him up, and I was like, holy shit, dude's got like millions of fucking plays. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a big deal.
Yeah, I know I've heard of him.
He's on a bunch of like, well, it's funny because we mentioned it earlier, the Daily Dino, and I was getting submissions in, and he was featured on a couple like the song. I was like, oh, I know this dude. We exchanged numbers because we talked at the Rehab thing, and we exchanged numbers about him being on the show. And I had honestly kind of forgot. You know what I'm saying? So then I hit him up. So I'm really looking forward to talking to him, getting to know him. Y'all should, if you guys want to get to know him in advance, go check out his music. But yeah, that's gonna be dope. He did something that was like super big. I can't remember what it is right now, but we'll learn all about it next week, man. So tune in for that shit. But yeah, he's dope. Big Poe.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What are you doing? Look, Bruce over here learning all about TikTok, y'all. I can't wait to see what the fuck happens with
No,
that.
I'm learning about Big Poe.
Well, I'm saying prior to that, you've been learning about that. learning about the TikTok. But yeah, man, that was super dope. Shout out to LABRYNTHINE. I still feel like every time I say his name, I feel like I'm saying it wrong and I'm saying it right, but it feels so wrong.
Biscuits and gravy.
What about him?
Big Post appears on that album. Appears on the song called Autumn Nights.
Biscuits and gravy.
That's the wrong song.
Yeah. So what?
Maybe might be the right one.
For everyone that's not a member of our Patreon, you can sign up now over at patreon.com/Replicon Radio, and you won't miss out on our super duper extreme extra episode that's going on this Friday night, 6 p.m. Scheduled. We got this shit scheduled. We're doing a super extra exclusive show.
You know we'll run late just because it's normal.
Just for the Patreon. So if you're not a Patreon member, you will not have access to this show ever.
Yeah, bitch.
So, but you can sign up for as little as $2 a month. You can join it, and you get that extra up. You get early access to some interviews. You get for $5. You get access to the lens that doesn't get a lot of usage anymore because they fucking changed it. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. They changed it. I can't upload the fucking videos anymore. But you do get access to the Discord, and that's where the party's at. And you'll find out if you do that. Oh, but yeah, sign up for the Patreon. It helps us out a lot. If I had to suggest a tier to sign up for, I would suggest the t-shirt tier because obviously it's the best one. You get a t-shirt every month.
Or the hoodie or the jersey.
Hoodie. The hoodie for sure. Not the jersey. Don't do that. Because you probably, I don't know about that one.
We don't know if we can get those.
I don't know about that right now. Those are under review. But the hoodies and the t-shirts for sure. The hoodie tier, that'd be a dope one. But it's I can understand that's a little expensive for a monthly thing. But you do get a hoodie every month, exclusive dope hoodie.
Every month.
Every freaking month. You're basically part of a hoodie club. It's cheaper than buying a hoodie every month. Plus you get access to all the extra stuff.
That's right.
What the fuck is biscuit and gravy? What is biscuits and gravy?
It's a breakfast food.
It is, well, yeah, it's a breakfast food, but it can be enjoyed anytime, I think.
Absolutely.
Generally, it's like a sausage gravy, like a breakfast.
It's a white sausage gravy over biscuits.
Not all. It's not always sausage. It's always white gravy, though. And you just pour it over some biscuits.
Normally sausage.
Normally, yes, 100%. But yeah, it's delicious. It's a delicious meal. He was referring to a song. I'm not sure by what artist that features Big Poe.
Yes. The song is called Biscuits and Gravy, but the one with Big Poe on it is called Autumn Nights. Biscuits and Gravy was the name of the album and is the name of one of the songs.
That was a long, great interview. That was a spicy meatball. I'm not raging at you. No, I'm upset. I'm upset that Lens doesn't work. I enjoyed doing Lens, and I actually made a bunch of filtered videos for Lens and tried to upload them in the last month.
That was the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard of.
What?
Lens.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
because it was dumb how you had to do everything.
Well, that's just we were making it. You don't have to do it that way. We were making it cooler. You could do it normal. You can just do it normal.
That's stupid.
Normal's not fun. I can still do it normal. It's not fun. Is it the Boondock? Is it Boondocks Biscuits and Gravy? That is a Boondocks song.
It is a Boondocks song, but no, it's not a Boondocks. It's not on the Boondocks.
You never said
album.
who it was.
Well, I will go fucking tell you. I didn't tell you who it was.
You didn't. That was essentially that was the question, but you didn't. You never actually said.
I'm gonna fuck it up just so you know that. Applechodon.
Appalachian Don.
I would play a short little clip of it, but we might get
Oh,
flagged.
nice. Oh, look at that. Franklin Embry's on that album as well.
Yeah, all kinds of peoples.
Hey, also, before I forget, because I just got notified of it, which is super dope, shout out to our Teespring. If you guys want to buy merchandise and you go to repliconradio.com and you just click Teespring,
Fuck Teespring.
you can buy a t-shirt, and from now until April 1st, you can save 10% off your order just by using the promo code Stay Safe.
You might not get the motherfucker, though.
You'll get it.
Will ya?
Yeah. It's just, they're a little slow right now with all the stuff going on, but you'll definitely get it.
Hey, Wiggles, how'd that shirt turn out? That you
Well,
got?
unless somebody steals it from your door, that's different.
You might get the wrong size.
Make sure you guys have a...
They pissed me off. Fuck them. That's why I haven't ordered anything.
Well, everyone else will make sure you get your stuff. But yeah, if you want, you can save 10% just by using the promo code Stay Safe from now until April 1st.
Which will cover the shipping, depending on how far you are.
Essentially, yeah. So there you go, and that's dope. I like that because normally when we give discounts, it costs us a lot of money, and we don't make money anyway. So then we give discounts, and we really don't make money. This one was presented by Teespring, so we don't. It's free for you and free for us, and you save money.
Man, we're gonna have to start up in prices so we make some money.
Right? Get it while you can.
I mean, they're up.
Get it while you can. He ordered one. Seamus ordered a Regang shirt. Should be coming soon. I ordered a shirt like a week and a half before you
Good
ordered
luck.
those shirts, bro, and I just got it 2 days ago. So, yeah. Well, Grape Joe, yes, we'll just blame it on Corona. It's just a difficult situation with the manufacturers in general, which has probably gotten more difficult because of that.
I don't know if you can get a shirt with my face on it.
Yeah, I mean, they're not for sale, but I'm sure we can make it happen.
You think?
Yeah, we already have. I have 2 of them actually. They have all of our faces on them, but your face is included.
What, the chipmunks?
The chipmunks and the Christmas one that was like a prototype.
Oh yeah.
You're very tan in the Christmas one.
I look good.
We're all very
motherfucker.
tan in the Christmas one. It's hilarious.
That's what I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but the Alvin and the Chipmunk one too, for sure. That'd be funny. I think we should make it. That's the juices. Those are the creative juices we need here.
Fuck, spit it out already, Jesus.
Those are the creative juices we need here. I spitted it. I was spitting it, bro. I was just over here spitting,
This
and you were too
motherfucker over
busy
here
complaining. Why do you keep looking at Dead Body Man? He's not even here. It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
He keeps looking at Dead Body Man, who's not
I was
here.
I was actually looking at the dino behind.
Oh, I was like, this motherfucker's just like trying to get recognition from Tony. And Tony's not even
like
here.
in the corner of my fucking eye, and that's all I see.
This is the dino.
Yeah.
I could do that. That's a good idea. We could put your little face on the front of a t-shirt with Rugang on the back. That'd be adorable.
Put it up.
Well, I'll have to get a high quality. I'll have to create a.
It's already high quality, bitch.
It's gonna be a low quality, high quality photo. That's funny. We'll do it.
Oh.
Hell yeah. We'll get it up. Look at it. I can't believe I've had the video on for a long time.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Got me
missing
yawning
out.
and shit.
Let's make it a little harder to see.
Yeah, a little bit.
There we go. There we go. We generally don't do video because it takes.
Freeze frame.
As we were speaking on in our interview, it takes all that shit takes away from the allure,
Yes.
if you will. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, what are your top 3 horror movies, Rue?
My top 3 would be Pumpkinhead is one. Man, I've always been a fan of the Friday the 13th. not really so much into the fucking the Freddy's, the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just they were good, but I wouldn't put them in my favorite.
See, one of mine would be a Freddy movie.
Would it?
Yes, but only one. I always enjoyed Freddy because I thought it was kind of like the Evil Dead type of. It was like funny but also scary.
Yeah.
Like you get a little bit of not like corny though. You know what I mean? Because he's like they make fun of him now in like Rick and Morty. You know, he's like bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that really was Freddy. He's like over the top. But New Nightmare, that was one of my favorite shits. A lot of people hated that movie. Like that fucked me up because like I was already done with Freddy. They had made too many. I was like, okay, who cares a shit about Freddy 8, 9, whatever the hell.
I mean, they need another like Freddy versus Jason and just finish that one off.
Yeah. Well, I want to see. I'd like to. Now I want to see another Freddy movie. But at the time, it was like.
Yeah, they were throwing them out kind of quick there.
Yeah. And like Freddy versus Jason was cool, but it was also kind of cheesy.
Yeah, it was. But they need.
But no, New Nightmare. Like, not only do I thought it was a fucking great movie. It was like, at least as far as I knew, I was a kid, mind you, and I didn't. I don't have like a huge knowledge of cinema. But that concept, not only I thought was dope, but it was also frightening because now the Freddy, the movie character, is now becoming part of real life. Remember? Because Robert Englund played Freddy and Robert Englund, and like the shit started coming to life and coming into real, and I was like, whoa, like it, and it was totally different from all the other ones. I loved it. That's probably one of my favorites. That would be on my top.
My third one, man. See, I'm a huge fan. Like, I love the movie Christine, but I wouldn't consider that a scary movie.
But it's considered a scary movie.
It is, but
that's the car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably go with man.
That's what I was saying about Lost Boys. Like, I don't consider Lost Boys isn't really scary.
See, I'd have to go.
But I love that movie. Like, that would have to be in my like.
My third movie would be the very first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That would be my third. I like them old slasher films, man. That's the shit I grew up on.
For sure.
That's the shit that my brother and his buddies would scare me. Why? They throw it every time we'd go stay the night at somebody's house. They'd have to watch it. It'd just scare the shit out of me. I don't know why.
Nah, it's scary.
I love this shit. Like, it ain't scary though. It's like just some poor little kid that drowned and now he's getting his fucking revenge on these motherfuckers.
I don't know on my third. I was never, like I said, I was never a huge.
I mean, I got a million more to go, but those would, I guess, probably be my top.
Well,
three.
keep going, so maybe I can make a list.
I mean, like the first wrong turn, the second wrong turn was kind of goofy, but then like after they did the second or third one where they did the fucking reality TV show. That one was dumb, but then the rest of them are pretty good. The first one was really good. I enjoyed it.
Devil's Rejects. Devil's Rejects is a horror movie, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I love that movie too.
House of a Thousand Corpses, yeah, both of them.
I'd never cared for House of a Thousand Corpses.
Really? It's good.
Especially when it first came out, I remember I was so excited. I loved Rob Zombie, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's making a movie! This is gonna be dope." I went in the theaters and saw it.
Yeah.
And it was, I didn't dislike it. I was just like, I was underwhelmed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You probably never seen Rose Red.
Then The Devil's Rejects came out, and it had a little bit of scare, and it had the funny. It was funny.
Right.
Like, dude made me, like, even though he was, like, bad, it was funny. Like, his fucking, I'm Willy Wonka, this is my fucking chocolate factory. I was like, yeah!
Right?
Like, you get hype. Like,
yeah.
Never saw what? What'd you say? Rosemary's Baby?
No, man. Rose Red.
I don't know.
It's a Stephen King movie. It's like a 4-hour fucking long movie, but it's pretty good.
I still really enjoy. It's weird because I don't.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, I used to be afraid of clowns and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Devil's Rejects. I love fucking Devil's Rejects.
Razorhead.
I never seen that.
Or was it Razorhead?
Have you seen the? You probably haven't seen
a Razorhead, which that's a fucking old school.
I remember it being a movie. I don't remember seeing it.
Pinhead,
have you seen Scary? Is it Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
I
you seen it?
actually tried to watch. I think I tried to watch that the other day, and it wouldn't play on the Fire Stick.
I want to
got
see
an
it.
update.
I loved those books when I was a kid, and that's not a sentence I can say very often. You know what I'm saying? But I fucking absolutely love those books, and I was excited to see it. And I heard it wasn't that great.
Like,
but I want to see it. I still want to see it.
Cabin in the Woods was a pretty good movie.
I love really.
That
Like
movie is
everybody hated that fucking the newer one.
Yeah, where they they go in. And
I don't think you have to spoiler alert anymore. It's old enough.
Yeah, with all the fucking like all the demons that they're sending out to kill them.
I love that fucking. Everybody hated that.
That
movie.
was one hell of a fucking twist.
I remember, dude. Everybody was like, "That movie sucked. The fucking end of that thing sucked," and I was like, "Dude, I fucking love that movie."
And then
because the end of most movies in the last fucking 15 years sucked.
Yeah,
almost every movie. It's like, not all of them. I'm saying, but the majority, like
The Last House on the Left, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've seen it. But that was a good one. I really did enjoy Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, I thought it was
a million times more than I thought it was.
The one movie I thought was stupid was fucking Cabin Fever.
Was it the one with Johnny Depp?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know who's in it, but I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of it.
I dug it.
One Missed Call. The first one was pretty good too.
You know what I did watch the other day? Or I guess probably not the other day. It was a few months ago. And I enjoyed it. It was
The Exorcist, dude. That movie was fucking creepy.
What the fuck's the name of that movie? They just came out with a sequel for it not so long ago with the fucking baby face thing. He's got the baby mask on.
Oh, Annabelle?
No, not the doll. It's like the murder. It's almost kind of
Purge?
No. It's just one. It's one killer, kind of like Scream, but it's like the baby face, and they keep repeating the same day.
Oh,
they keep getting murdered.
Death Day.
Yeah, that was good.
Death Day 1 and Death Day 2.
That was really good.
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah.
When the
Death
second one came out, and I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, "This looks good." So then I went and watched the first one. I was like, "This is good." How did I not know?
Yeah, dude.
That was really good. I
watched
really liked
both
that.
of them. Yes, they were phenomenal.
Yeah, those are really
they were
good.
well put together. For basically a B-rated movie, dude, well put together.
Yeah, no, those were hell.
Yeah, Happy Death Day. That's it.
Yeah, those were good.
What was the other one? There was another one I seen on there. The Babysitter. Dude,
that's Pornhub, bro. That's different.
No. This movie is a fucking dude. Like I thought it was gonna be cheesy as fuck, but it ended up being pretty good.
Are you asking if we seen 3 from Hell, Grape Joe? Is that what you're asking? Yes.
Yes.
We I know you're new here, even though we've known you for 100 years. But 3 from Hell was actually the first. That was the first one, right?
Yeah.
That
first
was
movie review.
with the first movie review we ever did. A fit because we only, for everybody that doesn't know, we do movie reviews now on our YouTube channel. But we don't just do whatever. We do like official, like the movie studios send us films, and we did an interview with Bill Moseley while he was doing press for Devil's Rejects. So they sent us fucking Devil's Rejects like 2 months before it even came out in theaters.
Yeah.
I watched it like 3 times before it was even released. And you can go check out our movie review on our YouTube channel. It's still there, as well as our interview with Bill Moseley. But no, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it too. I just it wasn't what I expected. Now, I guess I can talk about it more freely now because it's kind of old and it's on a fucking DVD. But I expected an ending, and what we got was a new beginning.
Yeah, I didn't care for the.
It's like it's not what you expect. Like,
There's another one coming. I'll tell you that. There has to be. If there's not, then Rob Zombie's an asshole.
Yeah, but we might have to wait 15 more years.
We might.
Yeah, that was. I liked the movie. It wasn't what I expected because I was expecting a big ending, and I was expecting a lot more Sid. You know, obviously rest in peace, and he, you know, there was a different movie. You know what I mean? Like we learned that later. Like that wasn't the idea. It was supposed to be the 3. Yeah. You know what I mean? And his health and all that. So considering that he had to literally change the movie, it was good.
Yeah, and
it wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't. It probably wasn't what he wanted. He did probably, but now we have a continuation. I feel like this is just a huge assumption on my behalf, but I feel like whatever idea, maybe not the same ending, but you know,
Like
the
next one's
the
gonna
vague
be the
idea of how it was going to end is going to be how it's going to end now.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't do it without the third character, whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Had to introduce a new one in order to do it the right way.
Yeah, like this is how it's going to end. It's going to be epic. I finally figured it out, and then I can't do it. But I promised these people this movie, and I got to fucking, you know what I mean? You have to work, you know, he loves Sid. And so I think that's what they did. They had to reintroduce someone. You had to get to know him. That's most of the movie was getting to know him.
That is one thing. Okay, so a couple weeks ago we talked about ghosts and shit, right? I totally forgot my experience that I had, and I didn't know exactly what the fuck I was gonna do, but this shit really fucked me up. And now that we got talking about movies, I was watching this movie, Paranormal Activity, the first one.
Hey, if you're a member of our Patreon, you can watch you get exclusive access. Only our Patreon members can watch because we're not allowed to post it for the panel of the Paranormal Activity.
So I said it was a little bit late, and I'm like, you know what? I'll put it in the room. I'll watch it, go to sleep, whatever. So I put this motherfucker in. There was a chair. This is when I was living in the apartment, and I had a chair in the room, and I put this movie in, and I'm watching it. I'm probably 15, 20 minutes in. This fucking chair starts rocking. I'm like, what the fuck? I grab my gun. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but I grabbed my fucking gun.
When was this?
When I was living in an apartment.
Okay.
And then so I'm like, fuck it, all right, dude, I'm not gonna pay any attention.
So you're gonna shoot a ghost.
I don't know what the fuck I was gonna do. And then next thing I know, the chair rocked again, and then I hear footsteps going like the hallway creaking because it was an older apartment. And I hear shit creaking. I'm like, well, what the fuck? So the gun's in the hand. Now I got one in the chamber. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but I wasn't gonna try it. I wasn't testing fucking waters.
Big Drew's a motherfucking ghost hunter.
And I'm like, fuck it, I didn't hear nothing. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm not even gonna go look. So I continue to watch the fucking movie. Hallway starts creaking again. I'm like, what the fuck? Now I'm flipping out. Now I'm just sitting there like, not scared, but just frozen. Like, is this really fucking happening right now? And then in the corner of my eye, I see the fucking chair moving again. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm done with this. I turned the fucking movie off. I turned all the fucking lights on. I said, I'm fucking done with this. I'm like, I couldn't even go to sleep at that point. And then I'm like, fuck it. I went in the living room, turned the TV on in there, sat in my fucking recliner in there, and I finally fell asleep. Scared the fuck out of me. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Then, at some point during while I was sleeping, I had laundry sitting up in the fucking closet, and it fell off the fucking shelf. It had been sitting there for fucking 2 weeks. Never fell. All of a sudden, now it's on the fucking floor. It fell down. I heard a boom.
So is there wind?
I don't know what the fuck it was.
So you still don't know what happened? So there's just a ghost chilling. Maybe they just... What were you watching? You were watching something scary?
Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
The first one
so
when it first came
maybe
out.
ghosts will enjoy movies about ghosts.
Fuck, I don't know. But
and he was sitting in a rocking chair rocking, and then you're like, fuck this. And you went to bed, and the ghost got pissed because he wanted to see the end of the movie.
I don't know.
Grabbed your fucking laundry. He's like, motherfucker. Like throwing shit.
Threw it on the fucking ground. I don't know.
Yeah, and they were probably yelling like, "You lucky I don't throw it out the window, motherfucker."
I mean, you would throw it out the window, I'd have been gone. I'd have been up out the fucking door in my boxers, whatever the fuck I was wearing that night. I would have been gone. I'd have jumped in the fucking car and I would have fucking taken off.
So I just searched horror movies just to try to think of
The Grudge.
Try to think of something I couldn't think of. Well, I want you to read this list because I think it's fucking terrible. But I'm not one of those like super horror guys. So this is Rotten Tomatoes. They're top 100 horror movies. Okay, right. Starting at the top. Which
100?
One. Oh, should I start at 1 or should I start at 100?
Start at 100.
Because I'm already upset with 1. Like.
Okay, then start.
We'll start at 100. Okay, Donnie Darko, the director's cut. It's a fantastic movie. I have no problem with it. I don't know
what that is.
You never seen Donnie Darko? You should watch it. It's a great movie. Slither. I feel like I've seen that. It was good, I think. Trimmers. Cool.
Trimmers is okay.
They
Not
Live.
Really a scary movie. They Live?
Yeah.
I've seen the movie called They.
Well, this is They Live. This is 1988. I feel like there was a movie recently called that, and I liked it except for the end. Poltergeist. Fuck yeah. I loved Poltergeist. Poltergeist was another one of those movies. The second one with the preacher.
Yeah.
That dude scared the shit out of me. The Preacher scared me forever.
I think the whole fucking situation of that movie was fucked up.
It was, but that guy, he was like, ugh. Let's see, Dead Alive, The Descent.
Descent was pretty fucking good.
That's the one where they go to the cave?
Yeah. The second one was pretty damn good,
I
too.
remember that. Better Watch Out. I don't know what that is. Sounds
Wait
like
a minute.
Santa
What number
movie.
is Descent?
94.
Holy fuck, are you kidding me? Oh, we got to run through them quick. It's already late.
Better Watch Out. I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Crawl, American Werewolf in London. That's the 2019.
Yeah,
Crawl.
that was a pretty decent fucking movie, man. It's one with the alligators. And get this,
Okay, we talked about
this
that.
gal gets
I haven't
trapped
seen
in
it. Yeah. I saw the trailer. Yeah.
She goes to check on her dad to see how he's doing, and they get trapped in the basement or whatever, and the fucking alligators are in there trying to eat him up, and they gotta go get help.
Yeah, I remember I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Hold on, let's see. Crawl, American Werewolf in London, Goodnight Mommy. I don't know what the hell that is. The Exorcist, Chronicle. That's a scary movie. Isn't that where they get the powers? Isn't that where they get superpowers and go bad?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
This Is the End? That's not fucking scary. That's funny, right?
Yeah, what is Tucker and Dale Save the World on there?
I don't know, but if that's a horror movie, that's a great movie.
Fuck it, it's fucking
Near
hilarious.
Dark, Starfish, Henry, Orphanage. I don't know what half of the
The
shit.
Orphanage was pretty good.
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring was pretty good.
28 Days Later, The Shining. Blair Witch Project was one of the movie.
That was kind of scary, dude. I enjoyed it though.
Blair Witch Project was one of those movies that it scared me later.
The second one was stupid as fuck though.
Yeah, well, the second one was a movie. The first one, I mean, it was a movie too, but it was supposed to be a documentary.
Right.
The movie was like a fake. That it scared me later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what made Blair Witch good, is because actually watching it, you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then you drive home alone next to the woods, and you're like, oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it fucked with me for years.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like that's, you know what I mean? That was dope. The Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man was pretty cool.
Little Shop of Horrors is not a fucking scary movie, but it's a dope ass movie.
I've never seen it.
You never seen Little Shop of Horrors?
No, we talked about that before. I
Sure
was
we
gonna
did.
watch
I
it.
probably yelled at you.
You did.
Upgrade, Misery, Texas
That's the one with
Chainsaw.
Steve Martin in it, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's a dentist.
Yeah, and the fucking plant that sings.
Mm-hmm. Rick Moranis. And, There's an old one too. Fuck that. But I mean, I'm sure it's good if you were around then. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is 68.
Phenomenal.
Halloween,
How fuck
the
that's
new
all
one,
right
is
there.
65. Eraserhead is 64.
There it is.
Let's see. Dawn of the Dead, Don't Breathe, The Endless, Family Opera. Get the fuck out
Don't
of here.
Breathe was pretty fucking good.
Reanimator, Harpoon, The Fly, Shaun of the Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street 1 is number 50. The Host, Dracula, Zombieland. It's not scary. It's not a horror movie.
No.
I'm skipping some, obviously. Carrie is number 39. The Evil Dead, 38. Drag Me to Hell is 34. That was a good movie.
That was a really good fucking movie.
Ready or Not, 2019.
That was a good movie too.
Oh, that's the okay, I haven't seen that, but I saw the trailer.
No, yeah, that movie is really fucking
I heard it
good.
was good.
That's the one where a couple get married and they got to play a game with the family. Yeah, that fucking movie is really good.
Let's see. The Cabin in the Woods, number 27. Evil Dead 2, number 26. It, number 24. It, the new one, is number 24. Pan's Labyrinth. Halloween is number 21, the old one. Silence of the Lambs.
That's a scary movie. I guess it's
Rosemary's Baby. Night of the Living Dead.
Rosemary Baby was a good one.
Aliens. Freaks. Hereditary. So here, number 11. It Follows. That's the movie I was thinking of.
That was a good.
It was a good movie except for the end. That was one of those movies like, oh, this is actually really good, and then it ended. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they had a fucked up ending on it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Frankenstein, number 10. Number 10. This is top 10.
Okay, I don't know how.
The Babadook,
The Babadook.
number 9.
That movie was pretty fucking good. I agree with that. Probably being right where it's at.
Psycho's number 8.
Okay.
The Bride of Frankenstein is number 7.
Yeah, I don't fuck.
King Kong, number 6. From 1933. A Quiet Place is number 5.
See, I tried to watch that, man, but
I heard
it's all
good.
fucking silent. And they got a second one to come out.
Yeah.
Can't
The
watch
second one's like a
silent fucking
prequel, I
movies.
think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Number 4 is Nosferatu.
I don't even know.
Number 3 is Get Out.
That was a good movie.
Number 2 is The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
I never seen
And number 1 is Us.
Get the fuck out.
That's what I said. I'm like, how is that number 1 on your list?
Us
Number
was,
1 and 3 are both Jordan Peele movies, right?
Yeah. Us was a good movie, but it ain't number fucking 1. Fuck. That's why I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. They're fucking idiots.
Yeah, I don't mind Rotten Tomatoes because I look at what the viewers say.
Well, yeah, if you're doing that, then yeah. But if you're trying to pay attention to what a professional fucking review site is, fuck them people. Yeah. They're so fucking stupid. That's like Siskel and Ebert. They're fucking retarded too. Every movie they gave a thumbs up to was dumb. Everything they gave a thumbs down to was fucking great.
No, I don't know. What is Circle, Joe? Have I ever seen Circle?
I don't think I've seen it.
What's that? Like The Ring? Yeah, I didn't know what half these fucking movies
Yes,
were.
there you go. The Ring. That was a pretty good fucking movie.
I don't think that was even on. It's better than fucking whatever this shit is on this
It
list.
was definitely better than us.
That was the first thing that
Where
popped
the
up.
fuck is Ghost Ship at? Are you fucking kidding me? How did you not put Ghost Ship?
Because that movie sucked except for the fucking intro.
Dude, that fucking movie was good.
That's the one where everybody gets cut in half in the beginning, right? Like the greatest intro to any movie.
Yes.
Like that shit was dope. The first 5 minutes of that movie are some
House
of the
of
best.
Wax? How do you not put that
The old one was on here. One from like 1930,
okay.
not the Paris Hilton one. That was on the list.
See, that one was pretty good, dude. I don't even
That
give
was
a fuck
good.
what anybody says. That movie was well put together. The acting was pretty good in it, even by Paris Hilton.
Yeah. No, she played
A great
the right
part.
role. Yeah. Yeah, that was. It's weird. I guess it's maybe. I just look at horror different.
You look at horrors instead of horror.
See, this list is already better because that. See, fucking Saw. Saw wasn't on that other list. Saw should definitely be on the list, especially if you're talking about top 100. Saw
The
is
first one should be. Yeah.
Saw is on that fucking list regardless, just cause. Saw is like the new Nightmare on Elm Street, essentially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like with fucking 18 fucking movies, and I don't think I saw. Did you see the new one? Is that out? Jigsaw?
Yes, I have seen it.
I don't think I saw that one. I saw all the other Saws, but I never saw Jigsaw. What is it? Like a prequel?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, it was pretty good.
I haven't seen it. I know we have another. I mentioned it earlier. We have another movie review coming sometime soon. It's, I believe, a horror movie. That's kind of weird that we're talking about that.
Anybody uses TikTok, does TikTok charge you for shit? It wants me to add a phone number and fucking said fees may apply.
Oh, that's probably like data, text.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
can't charge you. They can't just charge your phone.
So I guess it would go on my bill or whatever.
No, they can't just do that. They're talking. It's like data. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
I got
text.
unlimited. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because they'll probably text you and fucking annoy you. That's probably what that means.
It's probably, yeah, because they did want to send me a fucking verification code or whatever.
So what's this? Is the top?
Like, if I'm going to put a fucking list out there, man, it's going to, like, Descent would be on there, 1 and 2 would be on there, fucking Wrong Turn 1, Wrong Turn, like, probably 3. Yeah, the second one was the one with the video crew and shit, the TV show.
Such a hard thing to
So
do
it'd
to
be
try
like-
and think.
1, 3, and 4 would all be on there. And then I would have Friday the 13th, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then fucking, I don't know where they would be placed at, but the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, 2, the new beginning or whatever, the Leatherface one. That
I'm
would
looking
be
at
on
a
there,
different
too.
list now. That's a good fucking movie. John dies at the end. Have you seen that? It's good. John dies at the end. I bet you don't know what happens in it.
The Babadook was a pretty good movie. That would be on the fucking list.
Every time I see that and hear that, I keep thinking of Marmaduke for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
the Babadook.
It's Marmaduke.
The fucking Joyride would be in there somewhere. Fuck
There's like
you.
18 of those too, isn't there?
No, 3 of them.
That's what Eliza Dushka. World War Z.
Jeepers Creepers, the first one would be in there.
That's like a classic at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like
Man, what else would I put in there?
Evil Dead.
I would put Pet Cemetery in
The
there.
Pet Cemetery for sure. The first one.
The
I don't
Shining. The
think I've
Shining.
seen
How
this.
does Shining don't even make that fucking?
It was
list?
on there.
Was
I
it?
said it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't very high, but it was on there.
Yeah, like
I haven't
Misery would
watched. I
be
never
on
watched
there.
the new Pet Cemetery. Is it
I haven't
good?
seen the new one
I
yet.
never saw it.
The
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring would be on there. That's a damn good movie.
That was kind of scary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the movie with the
Cabin in the Woods would definitely be on there.
Oh, what's the one I watched not that long ago where the
The Last House
where the,
on the
where
Left
the
would be on
people
there.
are like possessed or some shit. They don't know what the fuck's going on.
Strangers would be on that motherfucker too.
The end of the movie, they're in the fucking kids' clubhouse, and they're like worshiping the devil or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, like she keeps going to the fucking attic, and they keep trying to fucking hurt themselves. Like everyone in the whole town is like hurting themselves.
The Village.
No, that was with the kids with the white hair and shit, right?
Children of the Corn would be in that
Oh
fucker.
fuck yeah!
All right, and another movie that nobody's probably ever fucking seen or don't even know anything about it unless they heard me talk about it before is Dark Harvest. That motherfucker would be in it. That's a damn good fucking movie.
That is. I don't even know what the fucking movie I was thinking of is. I wonder if it's on this list. This is the top 100 of 2000.
The Village would be in there. That's a damn good
That's with the
movie.
white haired kids, right? That was like J.J. Abrams' first
Yeah,
movie?
they're not supposed to go in the woods and shit. And if you go to the, you get killed if you go in the woods. And
Yeah, that was like the first, or not J.J. Abrams, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
That was like his first big movie.
Man, there's just so many fucking movies. The Ring would be in there, the first one.
Ringu?
A movie They would be in there. That fucking movie is badass. The Grudge, both The Grudge 1 and Grudge 2.
Don't believe.
Not a fan of. The Hills Have Eyes. I don't know if I'd put that in there.
Fucking Fuck you, Cloverfield. Fuck you.
Cloverfield, that's
Trash.
Is that the one with John Goodman in it?
That's Cloverfield Lane. That's the third one.
Okay, what was the...
That one was okay.
What am I thinking with the first one? Was that Cloverfield with the first one?
Cloverfield was the first one with the fucking monster that you never see. It's like a Blair Witch type
But
thing
they're
with the
down-
shaky camera.
But they're down like...
That's 10
they're-
Cloverfield Lane. That's the
Okay.
one with John Goodman. That one's decent.
Yeah, that was good.
The first two are trash.
Yeah, where they had where the gal snuck out at the top and it was like nothing but like military shit going on or whatever. Yeah.
That one was decent. The first two were fucking trash, especially the first one. That's the only movie I've ever left the theater mad. I was literally genuinely pissed.
Yeah.
Because I want to go see this fucking monster movie where I never saw a fucking monster. It was bullshit. It was just shaky. They were just living off fucking Blair Witch. It was bullshit. Happy Death Day. I wish this fucking I don't even think I watched Get Out. Did I? I don't know. I don't
That's a
remember.
good movie.
I don't know if I watched it. I know I haven't watched Us.
There was another movie,
What about Mandy?
The Haunted. That movie was pretty fucking good. It wasn't like really. It was kind of scary, but not really.
Fucking Carrie?
Yeah, Stephen King Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was alright. I don't know if it was like really scary though.
Like isn't all Stephen King supposed to be scary?
Well,
The Stand, was that scary?
like The Fog, the movie. What was it? The Fog or the Mist? That wasn't.
The Happening?
That wasn't scary.
Aren't those all the same movie? The Fog, The Mist, The Happening?
No, they're not the same. But I think they had like kind of like the same concept.
Relic? No.
Relic. That's a damn good movie too.
I wish I remember the fucking movie I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what the.
Oh, Idle Hands is the shit. Is that considered a scary movie? I don't think that's not a scary movie. That's fucking Matthew Lillard and fucking Seth Green. That's not a scary. It's a fantastic movie. I love that movie.
What else, man? Damn. Piranha, Jaws.
Human Centipede?
How is Jaws not in there?
Yeah.
That's a fucking classic.
Yeah, I mean that's funny because see, I never when you say horror movie, I don't think Jaws.
No, most people don't, but it was.
But
it
it
was
is
back then when it came out.
Yeah, well, the whole point was it was scary. It's just not.
Yeah.
You think horror, you think scary, like dark and scary, not shark's gonna eat me scary. But
that shit could happen in real life though. That's why it was scary.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? I don't know. It's time to go night now.
I wish I remember the fucking movie I was talking about. Hobo with the Shotgun? That ain't fucking scary. It's a dope ass movie though. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That movie wasn't scary at all, but it was fucking damn good.
It's a fan. That movie and John Dies at the end were fucking great. Oh, The Crazies. I remember that. That was fucked up.
That's the one with the pitchfork on the cover?
Yep,
that was a badass movie too.
Insidious. Is that
That was a damn good movie too. That ain't the one you're thinking of.
Oh no. Troll Hunter. This list is way better.
There's another movie.
This is IMDb's list from 2000 to 2020.
There's another movie I'm trying to think of. It started off with the gal getting into an accident and then ends up in this fucking hospital. Like
they flash back to her head on the side of the road?
Yeah, but it was a head-on collision or whatever, and like she's like running through like this hospital or fucking building, it's like a warehouse building or something. The Gremlins is considered a Christmas movie, yes. I agree with that. It takes place in Christmas time. It came out on Christmas time. Everything about that movie is Christmas.
Except for it's a horror movie.
Right. It is. It's in the horror section.
Gremlins 2 is a comedy, right?
Yeah.
Trick or Treat.
That was a good movie. That's the Ozzy Osbourne.
The little pumpkin head kid.
Yeah, is that the one, the Ozzy Osbourne movie or whatever?
I don't think so.
Or was it Ozzy Osbourne?
No, you're thinking of Strangeland?
No, it was called Trick or Treat.
Strange Acts, The Descent,
Yeah,
Haze. I feel like whatever you were just talking about, like the fucking, they got in an accident and the girl's head was in the middle of the road, but then like she comes back to life and like comes in the house or some shit. Fuck, man. I've seen too much stuff, and I haven't even seen half of the stuff on here. I've seen so much stuff, I can't remember what it is, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, look at these hundreds of movies I've never seen. 28 Days Later. That's where we're living that shit.
Yeah, that's the one, 2008.
Darkwater, Dracula, The Eye. Oh, May. I forgot that existed.
I don't know, it was some famous fucking singer.
The Others. That could be it. I don't know. I wish I remembered. American Psycho. That's not scary. Get out of here.
I don't want to.
Final Destination. I guess that's considered horror. Those movies are dope.
Yeah.
Those are good movies, man. I know they get kind of slack, but they're good movies. Right.
Why can't they just make this easy?
They do. If you know what you're looking for, it's easy. If you don't know what you're looking for, it's hard.
This is what I'm looking for.
You find it?
I have it right here. I know it's. I have the fucking DVD.
Ghoulies. Ghoulies is definitely a comedy. Oh yeah, Amityville Horror. I forgot about that. What, Child's Play? What? Nobody even said that. Nobody fucks with Chucky?
That would probably be in one of my favorites too, actually.
Child's Play?
Yeah.
I remember for a long time I always just knew Chucky. I didn't realize the name of the movie was Child's Play. And then I started seeing it, and for some reason I thought it was Problem Child, which is way different.
Problem Child is a badass fucking movie, though.
Oh, The Grudge? How about
that? The Grudge was not in.
After Midnight. Bliss? Oh, that's scary.
Maybe this is a different Trick or Treat.
The one I was talking about was Trick or Treat. Look at that. Number 2 on this list of most anticipated horror movies of 2020 is Color Out of Space.
Fuck out of here with it.
Oh, that's supposed to be good too. The Invisible Man. Oh, what was that movie with Kevin Bacon? Thinner Man or some shit? That shit was dope.
Yeah, Trick or Treat. ER. Let's you got
The one I was talking about was Trick R.
Yeah, this is
Treat.
I'm sorry, this is Trick or Treat. This is the one. It's got fucking it's a Ozzy Osbourne film. Like
Yeah.
he's fucking. Man, I'm not trying to watch it. Get the fuck out of here.
House October.
Trying to
Oh, that
get
reminds me
rid of
of old ass movies too, like Waxworks. That shit used to fuck me up when I was a kid. Quiet Place.
I'm trying to buy nothing. Get the fuck out of here.
Sign up.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
Faux show. We're out of time, folks.
We went over for you folks.
We did. If you're a Patreon member, we're gonna go super over for you this Friday.
We're gonna shave some time off to make up for tonight.
Insidious. Wish I could remember what that freaking movie was. Unfriended? That's not what it was. I'm just looking for more shit. Alright, YouTube. Peace out. We're out of here, everybody over in YouTube land. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Check out all of our other videos and stuff. Give us a like. Leave a comment. It really does help out a lot. Much love. We'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned. We got some more shit dropping throughout the week. So
Anaconda, bro. That was scary, huh?
I don't want none. Peace out, YouTube.